All right, all right, all right. Hello, everybody. Testing, 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 testing. This is Reborn 6819. Testing, 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 testing. Can y'all hear me? Let me know in the YouTube comment section. Can y'all hear me? All right. Can y'all hear me? All right. Everybody, can you hear me? Oh, not really. Cool. So we be gonna discussing about what's going on in modern society. And like things been divided and it's it's happened now years and now nothing can change. It's gonna be same and it's gonna like hurt a lot of people around their miserable life. So I can't lie about that. We are we are about to like wait for some people to like, you know, join in and have a discussion. Right, guys? By the way, Revenant will be set like getting his Discord prepare in a minute. So he will be joining. And others, I promise around yeah, it's done. It's done. It's done. What is it? Yeah, it's done. So like yeah, King Turkey's coming. Revenant's coming. Don't worry, he's coming. He's preparing his Discord. So we wanted to like discuss how what is it? How by like 3 years the internet been dividing, two agendas like men and women. And now it's trying to like, the society want to hit down men. Like we are mostly like not good human beings, and by all time we try and make things best and strong as we can. That's how minority history is about males. They're strong, capable warrior and strong human beings, and it's always been like that. But we don't uh, uh, like personally. We don't like you know stand our guard. We want everyone to become stronger and much more very very skilled and also good thinker wise and not knowledge. That's what I want to say. Good thinker wise and knowledge, and also trying to make the solution better. But now, everybody, now I want to say, um, what is it? Around years, and it's happening on every country now, not just. what is it? USA, UK. I think it's other country hitting the Western time. Like many men cannot have like appearance to stand up. Many of them have to like always been taken down, been treated, through rough years. But all the years we do is help people out. That's what we normally do. We help, what is it? Gender out, like as women. And now, Abby, you see my title. I want to talk about why modern women is always been like this toxic and all. But I have to explain to you, it's not just me just hating on women. It's the fact like, what is it? As specific, specific like a gender as a person, right? Through my years and all I see. Because I would say this personally, I do respect women, but the thing is now in this society, what is it? In my opinion, good men always gotta like take a downfall, 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 downfall. And also women wants like a negativity toxic man around relationship, around life. And personally, in my eyes, and everybody, you know what I mean toxic. It's the five people that are like men, specific, I would say like physically they want like a very toxic man around their lives, and they want like aggressive one to like make us feel like good amends that don't do these graphic stuff and don't do physically like abusing women and all that around that type of life, and they're not like that at all. But I would say most of them, like most of these women wants to like pick a man in specific group. Yeah, yeah. Here we go, guys. Revenant's here. But I would say this. What they want is to pick like every type of class of higher million popper famous celebrity that have like very very aggressive around top of the masculine. They want to find very very abusive, you know, men to label us like every good man into bad. And once he every good man, every good man don't do no bad things. They want to stay out of trouble and all. But women always want to seek, very high, attractive, toxic, negativity guys, and they rather have a physical abusive relationship, and that get them into trouble, but putting us down to a blame. But they're the one want to find a very, very, aggressive people around life and society. And all the time we see in the right now generation, they keep on crying. They want like toxic men around their livelihood. And to be honest, like very physically abusive toxic men around their relationship, around life. But they can't not accept like the accountability. Um, this stuff is kind of bad, and it should like never ever like proposed. And right now, you see how like media is right now dividing a lot of people. Is not
Can I interrupt you real quick?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
What's up, Chico? Anyway, you can keep going.
yeah, yeah, you can speak Chico, but it's like, what is it? For example, me, Revenant. Okay, for me, I'm just not gay. I'm just like a single person. I like um women, but I'm not trying to like dismiss dismiss them. But I try taking actions against what's around population right now. And one. more on the side to how media wants to like targeting very innocent men that don't want to be in this toxic and very hood stuff, you know. And mostly these women want to like go to those type of routes to be hood, and they want to make us feel downplayed, and they want to like, even though what is it? All time men and women always been working together, so they want um most of us to be around, what's happened around 15,000 or 16,000, where all these slavery, like, we got to reverse time what happened and all. And personally, like, for years, most men don't want to be in that type of situation. They want to like move on from it. But I think most women don't want to do it. I think they want to cause people to just go on what's going on, histories and all that, and also what is it, how these stuff invented. Like, I think maybe the feminists might invented very long time ago was the fact, like, um since after maybe the slave trade with the black and white, I think most women want to like started their type of stuff to have women power, women right, women leads and all, and also they already have their around very years their leads, but they want to like make it as a huge extension to like make most men out of slavery, but which every gender is currently in slavery, every gender, and which is true. Revenant know it, and I know it, and that's simple.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with like third wave feminism
Yeah,
taking kind of like what's the word like catching on again, but like how it is like modern day, how it is where it's like
yeah, exactly.
it's like the popular thing now to kind of like hate men, or similar to like other people where it's like, oh, it's a popular thing to hate white people.
Yeah,
There was
exactly.
actually a story that Jim Pachi had showed me, where I think he saw on Twitter, where there was like a college campus, I believe it was. I don't think it was high school. I think it was a college, where it said "Stop White Hate," because I guess like people were being like attacked there or some shit like that. It's kind of like a similar thing with the "Stop Asian Hate," but
Yeah,
or all those other things. But
uh,
apparently, people found it racist that there was a sign that said "Stop White Hate." But it's funny because if there was something that said "Stop Black Hate" or "Stop
yeah.
Women
They're
Hate"
fine.
and all
They're
that,
fine offended. That's the thing.
yeah.
And
And I
also,
think it's like a double standard going on, where now it's like you can't say anything like negative about like females or what they choose to do or how they choose to live their lives, even if it's like destructive.
yeah. But the
So it's
thing,
just happening because they want to put themselves in situations where ultimately like they'll end up like being killed, or the person, it's usually the person they're involved with. Like have you seen the show Martin?
mm, mm,
No.
no.
Ah, damn. Anyway, yeah, it's a good show, but Martin Lawrence is in it. You heard of him?
Martin Lawrence. Yeah, I kind of heard
Yes.
his
Okay,
name.
so
Yeah.
basically it was a show in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a character there named Tommy, and I don't know how long after the show had ended, but he actually was killed by some guy that this woman told him to go and kill the guy. I don't know his real name, but his name on the show was Tommy.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's like an example of like you get a lot of men where it's like they'll go around like basically like doing the bidding for these women, and you even see
Yeah,
it with
that's true.
Tommy Sotomayor, where he brings it up, where he even shows like it's even like on the news, where it's like they're actually having like news stories, they're interviewing people and all that of what's happening, and a lot of these men are going out of their way just to kill just for the sake of women, just to get their approval to stay with them. But then the women usually end up coming out of it unscathed, just like with the children, where like they raise these children and doing all this gang violence, and all the men and kids are dying, but the mothers, the aunts, and all that, and and grandmas are perfectly fine when they
Yeah,
usually are the ones. Hold on. Anyway, they're usually the ones that are instigating all the violence that are going on.
yeah, exactly. And
That's why
what?
they always go to someone who's like in the hood, who's like a drug dealer or something, or it's really just up to no good, and they like that because it's like this constant attention where it's like they feel like, at least the way I interpret it, it just seems like some kind of like adrenaline rush where it's like, all right, I'm with this bad boy or some shit like that, and he's always getting into like you know rough situations like shootouts or whatever, but
Yeah,
they feed off of it because they think it's a good thing, but in reality it's not.
yeah, it's not. And also, what is it? Right, Revenant, because you know my state is my state been rough through the years. And it's no joke. Because if you take a look at flat around London, because you see most of gangs live around flat around London, and it's not an easy state. And also, it's been very rough because our state been having like a lot of floods, but not like a lot of good houses in some side. But we do have some good housing, but not much. But we have like big city and flats, and that's when you might see a city how it is. And for that, it's like so much writing going on, and also what is it? The government, have the control to like make these people do it by for the sake as the sake, and it's encouraging every younger people to take involved and all that, and you got many of other people just don't want to be in that topic.
Can I address a comment real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
It's by
Innocent.
Hinata. Yeah. There is a double standard because if it was the other way around, you wouldn't be seeing schools where they're taking down stop black hate. There'll be people who would allow it to be there, and if there is actual like discrimination towards a certain group, then yeah, there should be no problem with there being a sign outside somewhere in a school where you're seeing something like that. But in the case of what I was saying before with that is people are saying that it's racist, that there's a sign outside that's saying stop white hate because that's what's happening. It's not racist for people to have a sign outside that says "Oh, stop white hate" when it's actually happening. Same
Eh,
thing if it was like "Stop Asian hate," "Stop Black hate," "Stop Latin
yeah,
hate," "Stop Muslim hate."
that Turkey.
Yeah, yeah. Like, so when you're seeing things like that, it's not like there is a double standard because you got to see people where, in this case, they're saying that the sign is racist, but if it was the other way around, that wouldn't be the case. Just like where
Exactly.
they had the Stop Asian Hate thing they had going on for a little while until they found out that there was actual footage being thrown online constantly about that the people who
Yeah,
are causing the issues for Asians were black people. That's
I
why they
know.
stopped.
And let's
They
think
suddenly just
about.
dropped the Stop Asian Hate because people saw who was the ones that were doing it for the most part, and it didn't fit the narrative that the media was trying to push. Because they were
Yeah,
trying to make it seem like, oh, it's white people doing it or
I
this certain
know.
group doing it.
Well, can I say something?
Yeah, yeah.
Because, but like, it's been years. Like, everybody want to like support the media, but they can't think to themselves. And even, I don't want to be disrespect. Like, rest in peace in the souls to the brothers that been staying on life at that time, like Triple X, Etika, and many other people. But it's like they saying too, cause the fact like firstly they've been tired of how like the social media is using people and trying to like manipulate them.
Yeah, it's dividing people just like the media.
I know, and the fact like what is it? People want to like support like the social media nights, like it have to be like real life world where it have to be around everything what's back reverse time since around maybe around the 15,000 or 70,000 where all this slave trade wants to happen, and also many of the old people like game Woody for example saying
Mhm.
this is why he can't stand these, you know. black old men because they can't even let this shit go.
No,
And
they can't because like
I
they
don't
gotta keep like donating everyone's face, and it's like
exact
nothing's gonna change because it's like you gotta
yeah
keep bringing it up,
yeah
and yeah, bringing it up in a way where it's like it's meant to use to divide people, not really to like bring
yeah
any real acknowledgement. Because I mean, when you think about it, a lot of people, they're not inherent. Hold on. They're not inherently like racist. Like you're not gonna see people like so many people get along with one another. If someone was
exact,
that racist, like it was back then, they wouldn't tolerate it because that was the case. You had separate bathrooms and everything. They couldn't like literally they had to be sitting in the back of the bus.
yeah
They couldn't even go to certain establishments like certain restaurants and all that. Even
exact
certain public bathrooms they had to section off. Where now that's not the case. Everyone for the
exactly
most part is treated equally, unless you're going to like some other country where that's not the case. But like places like the U.S. or where you're at in the U.K., it's like a lot of people are treated pretty fairly.
yeah
So to
exact
constantly bring up like oh racism and this that, and whatever, slavery and this happened, it's like why?
yeah I understand, yeah I understand, but the thing is, the one thing I do understand, I know for the people, I know like this stuff. What is it? Maybe understand your time. You do have that tough feeling, and now what is it? You want to like bring it up there and have it go onto your man and mind, and the fact like it's only that one skin color you don't like, only that one skin color like is the white. I know, but it's not just that. It's just everybody. It's everybody, legit everybody. Even though I see in history many like Roman do capture another Roman. It's not just only that. It's only most white people capture themselves too, and that's why the social media want to do that too. Because if you see the history on Victorian, most people already been slaves because most white people, you know, like punishing a lot of white people too back in the Victorian times, and there's nothing you can't say about that. But it's a like blood. Then they rather like do these type of things, but
Yeah.
it's
Also, it's
everywhere
also
has been slave.
important to like remember like uh, blacks weren't the only ones who were slaves.
Exactly,
There's people in like Ireland and all that were slaves. Blacks
exactly.
even
Ireland,
owned slaves, but
Spain.
the schools don't teach that because
Yeah, because they don't want to know the truth, and that's why the one thing I respect from ex Tentasha interview, he say basically don't go to school because they're trying to like use some vibes to manipulate you and all that, and it's not very like in a good way. And also, even though he warned us about the situation around the life right now, and also our love is very very toxic right now, and this is why you see many people having their lives as misery. I think it's cause like how women have the rights of the power, but
Mhm.
they're like, trying to use men as the slavery cycle. But I think they want to like introduce like toxic men, like very aggressive, angry men around the life to be physically harmed, abused, and stuff like etc. And it does like hurt like both sides of it, in my opinion. How many good people like they don't want to see these type of things, and they want to find some good women in hearts to like respect each another and take care of one love. And that's what how most Christian like Jesus saying it's about loveness. Even though I'm not like a Christian, but I used to be Christian, but I have myself as a Buddhist and having myself as a spirituality.
Mhm.
And in other religion, um they can respect what they do, but it's just the way how it is around history.
Yeah,
And
I think a lot of it has to do with like how they're being raised, how people are being raised, and I guess like maybe like the culture as far as like how they're being brought up, what they're being led to like believe is like acceptable and what's not acceptable. Like you have certain groups of people where it's like they don't want you to like date outside of your race, or even like you had brought up religion where some people's like you can only date certain people of the same religion,
yeah, yeah,
and I think it kind of like puts like a lot in people's heads where it's like not necessarily like hate towards other people, but just like they don't look at them like the same way.
yeah,
Like they don't look at them as like they're equal in a way.
yeah. That's true.
And I think like especially like now, like a lot of people are being like brought up to believe that like how social media is, where it's like
Yeah, because
the
what it?
most like absurd thing you can do will get
Yeah,
you a lot of views or
I
attention, so
know,
people feel the need to do that.
I know. And right now, what is it? Even though a lot of YouTube talk about censor right now, it's turning into that. Cause what is it? I think women don't like how censor entertain people, and even Family Guy can still bring entertainment, but it's entertainment. But right now they're like what is it? The companies rather care about social media, but not
Hmm.
like as a consumer just keep on going. Don't look at what the stuff how journalists put out because it's not providing material. It's just fooling around bots and
Yeah, they're just trying to
fooling around
cater to like the wrong
very,
people.
very like higher like demon not demon demon what is it? Demon
Demonic.
yeah, demonesty or something like higher as a full on demon route, like a full on very high negative every energy. And also, personally, I need to say about this because even though it's about real life, you and I mostly on about real life stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
We don't because even though you busy, me and you talk with
Yeah.
channel, and I'm busy too.
Hmm.
So because I'm not a guy that always stay online and what is it? Basically, what I will say, just stay around the whole yeah. No, I socialize. That's what I
Hmm.
do. I socialize around life. I rather do my education and have my studies so I can maybe get a job and understand my confidence so I can like improve and make my achieve what's best for me. And right now, um, what is it? You understand it because your job is taking care of people, and that's what I like. Because even though I would say this, the truth about women, I would say that how women is around society in real life and how people affected by the media, you know, dem demon or democracy or something, or democracy or democracy or
Democracy.
yeah, democracy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like how people are affected by it and eat stuff in their entire life they gotta like believe it. Which how like throughout the years we see good people die from it. We see good music artists like Chico mentioned, Tupac, um, what
Oh
is
yeah,
it?
he's like a great example of that.
Yeah, Etika,
Hmm.
Triple X and Tashion,
Yep.
and the truth, and also what what is
Um, there was another example. You don't listen to like metal or rock or anything like that, right?
yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I listen to Mad Rock. Listen
Okay.
to Skillet.
Have you? Oh, okay, cool. Have you heard of a band called All That Remains?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I believe it's their drummer or maybe one of their guitarists. I forgot which one, but it's happened like a few years ago, like maybe like 2016, 17, something like that. Anyway, he had died, and I think some people in the band felt that possibly like the wife set him up or something, because the way she was acting afterwards, like when they were at the funeral and everything, she seemed like kind of like not really as phased by it like everyone else was. Like she seems somewhat emotionless in a way,
Yeah.
and they kind of like feel like, I don't know how many of them felt that way, but they felt like maybe she has something to do with it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
because there was actually another story too that it actually like it's someone that I knew from high school.
Okay.
I wasn't friends with them like anything like that. I mean, I was friends with them. I wasn't like close with them.
All right.
But
Right.
it was surprising when I found out. But she had went to jail because she had killed her fiance, I believe it was, and they had a kid together, and
Oh.
she believed that he was cheating on her. I think that's what it was. So they had an argument. I believe it was like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then maybe like an hour or so later, I think he was like sleeping or on the couch or in a chair or some shit, or he may have been like watching TV or something. But basically, he was like unaware that what she was going to do. So she, I guess, like came out of nowhere and drove like a steak knife through his heart and just killed him. And then she went to jail for I think maybe like a year or two, and then just came out. And like when you see her, she has like this like expression on her face where like this like cold stare,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like but then of course her and other people like making excuses like, oh, she did her time or whatever. And it's like I'm thinking to myself, if you kill someone because you think that they were cheating on you, instead of talking it out, knowing that you have a child together,
Yeah.
knowing that both of them are like at the time not even in their 30s or not even in their 40s or anything like that. Like they just got their whole lives ahead of each other. They live together, they have a child, they're engaged or whatever, married or whatever it is, and you feel like, okay, this guy's possibly cheating on me, so now I'm gonna go and just like after an argument, you gotta feel like, all right, I'm just gonna like come out of nowhere and just like kill this guy.
It's just like it's just like ridiculous.
And it's
And that,
it's crazy because like a lot of them get away with this type of stuff.
yeah.
You see it all the time where like they'll blame it on like depression and all, like, oh, I'm stressed out, and it's like they're like, even when like they'll do things like they'll kill their children. Like there's like so many stories where Tommy Sotomayor would had mentioned, had even made videos where like the mother is like they got the bodies in the freezer and everything, and then the mother and the family members are making excuses for them. Then
Yeah,
the
and that's
judge and the
from
jury is like
from my
sympathizing with
community.
them.
Yeah, but see, like, if if a black people like have their kid adopted and most white people kill them, they will try to like label them as a bad people.
Hmm.
But the fact like is our race done most damage, and that's why you see how community how our community failed. Personally, in my opinion, it's been years like this ever since century. Our community been failing for years, failing. But you got other community at least on the rise at the top. I would say Turkish because I respect Chico and his culture, and also Japan people too, and Thailand,
Hmm.
because at least their culture don't fail. But for our community, as me as like an as a black man, and how I see how the community going throughout the years, it's been dead and been killed, bro.
Yeah, there was this Jewish guy who used to live in my building,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he had said that you know you got all these like blacks killing each other because I'm in New York, so I know like the crime rate is crazy, and it's usually black on black crime or other shit like that. And of course, other races and basically everyone else is like pretty much guilty of like committing crime in New York, but the crime rate is usually like mostly like from blacks, unfortunately, and
yeah.
it's not
Same
like
goes for us from London. Our crime is
Mhm.
high, and
Yeah,
the jail for our race has too been high for a
yeah,
lot of years.
and like the Jewish guy, he was like saying that you know to do all these like killing and shit, but like he was saying like like oh. he was saying it with himself where he's Jewish, but him and his people, they don't go after each other. Like they see each other like building business and all that. They help each other out. Where what blacks like, they'll try to tear each other down if they start seeing them like succeeding.
Yeah, exactly, because that's why you got something right now. I see some small community of people feel like they are tired of their race being treated that much of the years, and it's embarrassing by their race, and also they they still be used, and also that those pride don't mean nothing. It's vented by, you know,
Yeah,
the white, so it's not by themselves. And also the money and all donation funds, it don't it don't do them no favor, because they don't make no money out of it at all. Don't make no money. It, it's just giving the media attention, and they make prof and they make a lot of profit, but they just scrap the whole money out of it, and it's embarrassing, bro. Embarrassing from my community, and
yeah, and
also
it could be a lot better because like everyone kind of work together, help each other out, and be happy about like if someone's doing good or not, and not look at it like someone's succeeding. They feel like, or if they want to get out the hood, it's like seen as like as a negative thing. It's similar to you've seen the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, right?
yeah,
So the character Carlton, uh, they were at a party or some shit, and someone like saying like, "Oh, you a coon or a sellout?" I forgot what they call them. I think they may have called him both of those things, and like, oh, because it's like, oh, you're acting white, and it's like stupid when you hear that because like
yeah,
there's no such thing as like, oh, I'm acting white, like because then it's making it seem like, oh, in order for you to be black, you got to be like you're in the hood 24/7. It's like no, you don't have to be like that.
yeah.
That's where it's like a lot of people try to bring each other down to their level because they don't want to get any higher to where they're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, yeah, true. True, Revenant, true. Also, with that, even though you see in my videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
How this stuff happen, and it's be happening by each both agenda. Like women rather find a toxic man, so it can like make amount of people divide, and they don't want to be in relationship no more, because it's gonna be like into physical abuse and all that type of stuff, and it's very complicated because they want to like encourage young people to cheat or to kill each one another,
Yeah,
and
they try to
yeah,
justify it like that's something that they should be doing. They should be proud of when it's not.
exactly. And also Revenant. So what do you think of that documentary, like 800 talking about it? And it's based around our state, around that stuff happening around Leicester.
Oh, about the TikTok girl and her mom.
Yeah, bringing
Um,
group of
yeah,
friends out.
like I think that's like one of the reasons why society is kind of fucked as it is because
Exactly.
how people use social media and they let it get to their head where it's like they're willing to like do shit like that. And
Yeah,
then what's even worse that the parents get involved when they should know better to be like, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't like drop out of college just to be some social media influencer or something like
exactly.
that. And then what's even worse is like, all right, the mother gets involved and now she's having an affair, doing all this crazy shit, and it's like it's basically ruined both of their lives and everyone else in the process who's around them.
Yeah, that's true. And what is it? Even though what is it? I can't believe the monetary part with that. You know where they got to like kill this man,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. have like his own life.
Well,
But
it's kind of like similar to, um,
yeah,
again, I'll bring it Thomas Sotomayor up, where he had a bunch of videos in the past where it's like you
yeah,
see like the daughter is like doing something on YouTube or whatever, they're dancing, shaking their ass, and doing all this other shit
yeah,
that
yeah,
they shouldn't be doing, and then the mother is right along with them because they want to live out their life with them, like
yeah,
as if like instead of being a mother, they want to be like a sister or something, or like their friend.
yeah. That's true. Yeah, they want to like become like they want to become like different, but act different at the same time, bro. Um, yeah. So it's very, very you know, personal in my opinion, kind of ridiculous how society is, right? Like Revenant, that's why saying it's best to have a father that explain it. I think most women don't want to nudge their daughter to just don't want to like go on, every telling them to like don't listen to their commands. They gotta do what they want is best for them. And what is it? They got to like go online and express, their stuff for all men. And also what they do, they find the exact same thing, to bring us down.
Yeah, I agree. They need a father figure in their life. That's why it's important to have like a two-parent household, because you need like a mother and a father, because their dynamics are different from one another, but
Yeah,
both sides benefit from it. A son benefits from having his mother and his father. Same with a daughter; she benefits for having her mother and her father, because they can learn a lot from them, and also the way a father will raise their children is not the same as a mother. And when you see a lot of these like the violence, or even these little girls, teenagers, young adults, whatever it is, like degrading themselves basically, like that girl, the TikTok girl, a
yeah, yeah,
father wouldn't normally a good father wouldn't allow it. That's not to say like there's no, like, just because a father is involved in their lives doesn't necessarily mean that they can be a good person or not. But usually the father is not going to want to have their daughter like get on camera, hundreds of strangers online seeing her shake her ass, act all provocatively,
yeah,
while she could be in school or doing something, or even if she wanted to, like, listen, I want to do something on YouTube or whatever as a career.
yeah,
She's doing something more productive, or something that's gonna not like degrade herself basically. Then usually the father or whoever will be more open minded to it. But if, like, I mean, realistically, if she's like telling, if her father was involved in her life, then he would have been like, no, you're not gonna be doing this random dumb shit. 'Cause you see what she was doing, like, she's just like dancing with her tongue out, and
yeah,
it's crazy how like people could do like the basic dumb shit, and
exactly.
it gets so much traction, where it's like, so all these people gotta do is just like stand in front of a camera with their tongue out, shake their hips or something with like, and they're not even like good dancers or anything like that. So they're just doing like some random dumbass dance, and people would just like flock to them. And
Yeah.
it's crazy
And
because it just shows
also,
how
and
dumbed down
also,
society has become.
I'm below million views, and that's the.
Hmm.
And also, they rather take you down because you're not like them. And
Yeah, they'll be like, oh well.
it's happening to me on Snapchat.
Mhm.
Uh, even though I will be soon getting fit and shape, but they want you to go fit and shape. Or if you don't, then you're out. Even though you're masculine.
Yeah, it happens a lot with people where it's like the woman wants to say she wants to go to a club and drink and party and all that, and then the guy's like, nah, I'm not into that, I don't want to do that, whatever. Then it's like, oh, you're lame. Oh, maybe I was wrong about you. And it's like, why?
Yeah,
First of
because
all, if you're in a relationship with someone, why would you want to be in a club of a bunch of other people,
yeah,
a bunch of
exactly.
other men drinking and smoking, popping pills and all that, rubbing up against each other? You know what I mean? It's kind of similar to what what's her face talks about Pearl.
Yeah, pearly things.
Yeah, it's like if you're in a relationship with someone, why are you gonna want to go to what's the point of going to a club when there's a bunch of other men who are usually most of them are single because that's what it's usually meant for.
Exactly.
So and then you just like, oh, I want to dance, shake my ass. Why don't you stay at home with your man and shake your ass to him? They don't want to
Exactly.
do that. It's crazy. It's like I don't know what it is. If it's like they have no self control, like they just feel like they want to act like like a whore or whatever, whatever it is. Like they just want to like maybe they want attention from other guys. They can't accept that. All right, they got this one guy who wants to be committed with them, but then they also want to be around a bunch of other guys that they're not even dating, and it's weird.
Yeah, true, true, true. And to be honest, the thing we need to talk about too, like how good men like amount of good people always been treated badly at all. Like good men been treated always bad, bad, bad the most. Even though no matter what, if you have a people with glasses, or no matter what, if you're just a cool guy, you're just nice, nice, and be respectful. And I felt like, why is it now? Women just really hate good men because the fact like they're not like,
They
even
want to
though
bet. You know what it is? They want to like a bad boy when they're in like their 20s and 30s. Then when they're all washed up
exactly.
and in their 40s and 50s, then that's when they want to settle down with someone who just wants to treat them right. But then it's like you could have been with this person years ago, and you would have been good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And the fact like they don't want to do it. They want to find too much of bad boys so it can label us like we're a highly bad person, but we're not. But it's they're the one doing a lot of bad stuff, and they can't admit it. They want to find some back pedal to it.
Yes, thank you, Chico. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly, bro.
we get it. Like me, you, Chico, we get it. Like
Yeah,
what they're doing and their motivations behind it, and we know like it
right.
makes no sense because
Yeah,
you'll be better. First of all, most of these people will still be alive,
yeah,
and they wouldn't be like hung up on drugs and alcohol, having their fucking like coochie stretched out and shit like that, and just like fucking their bodies up and dealing with all this abuse. And then what's even worse when it's like they're in an abusive relationship, but then they don't want to leave. They keep making the excuse for it because they don't
yeah,
know any better because they don't want any better.
yeah,
They want to be in that relationship, which does them no good. And then it's even worse when you bring children into it because then the children have to suffer. But then they're brought up thinking like, because then they're seeing the no shit father or boyfriend, whoever boyfriend of the week coming and going, and then slapping their mom around, and the mom's just letting it happen. It puts into their head that all right, this is how I should treat women, and that's what you're seeing constantly in these communities, especially like in places like New York, UK, Chicago, wherever.
yeah,
Because
everywhere,
you know,
bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
everywhere they all
like
have it.
the
Where
amount
it's
of
like,
much it won't,
hmm,
it won't work. They will still abuse it, and what they do, you still fall for them, and I get tired of it. And also, where people, every man, woman, like speak about their about other women actions. They always keeping yell and say, "Oh no, I don't like this. It must be racist people. It must
hmm,
be one of those men and all that." It's like Cardi B, for example. Cardi
oh
B
god,
going insane.
yeah. And that's the type of people this young generation like looks up to. People like Cardi B, where it's like she's like the last person you should be looking up to.
Now it's Nicki Minaj too.
Yeah, her too. But yeah, she was doing that before she came along.
Yeah, and Chris Brown too. At the same time, he's
Him too.
mostly a two-faced too. I don't listen to his music too.
Yeah, all those people. There's like they basically what if they like notice it or not, they're conditioning like the people who are into like the music and follow their lives that this is what they have to do in order to live a good life. And it's not, because all you're doing is, first of all, you're promoting like abusing people, abusing drugs, abusing alcohol, and just like taking advantage of people, and also not taking any accountability for what you're doing, because all these people, they blame everyone else for their problems whenever something goes wrong, because to them it's like, oh, I'm a celebrity, I do this, I make music that fucking sucks. And they think that, oh, I make all this money, whatever, people shouldn't be jumping down my neck, police shouldn't be bothering me when I'm doing something stupid, the media shouldn't be asking me hard questions because my life is being broadcast all the time. It's like Chris Brown, where it's like being at Rihanna and shit, and then he want to throw a fit and throw chairs outside of windows and shit on talk shows. And then that's basically what they're trying to do with this generation, where
Yeah,
it's like they're trying to tell people that this is okay, this is how you should live your life, and
yeah,
the parents are no different, because they continue the
exactly.
same cycle over
And
and over
and
again.
and the media like
Mhm.
encouraging it too, and
Yeah,
also
they
you
promote
see
it
how
constantly.
you see how like we all know like social media wants to like reverse every back in the 15,000 70,000. I look like for us, we don't want to be in that type of what is it this life where we in being what is it around this type of what is it history around black and white, and it's just ridiculous, bro. And it's about black. black.
Trash cum bucket.
I know trust
Yeah.
trust me, bro.
No, Chico got the right idea.
Yeah. E- Even my homie's always speaking out the truth, bro. Oh,
Hmm.
dude. That's why he's always to the brother to the another damn mother.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And to be honest, it's kind of like very, very hard to, even though we understand. We've been there through the hold on all that type of shit. My nigga. Even your mama and our mom trying to want to stay out of it. But the thing with, even though there is some nice place, right? Very nice area. It's super area. You don't see no gangs and all that. Like most of the women's like get worried. Say like people say, oh, there's gangs around that street, but you see a nice this where there's no amount of gang or dealers, bro.
Hmm.
N-
And it's
There's
funny because those same people, they'll live there, like the same, like the celebrities and all of them that promote all this, like the hood shit and
yeah.
degrading
And the
women.
media too.
And
They take, it's not music. They take quotes by media, like how everybody's saying like, oh, there is somebody got stabbed around those type of areas, the
Mhm.
countryside, like somebody been shot and all that. And also, what is it? If like Revenant, if you take a look at Oldham got most of the bad boys, but also around Peckham too. Peckham got most of bad boys around my state, my homie, bad boys.
Mhm.
And also, there's some certain areas you gotta like stay out of, bro. Because we
Yeah,
go,
it's the same where I'm at. Like, there's certain areas, like especially
yeah,
like at night, it's like
exactly,
you don't want to go there.
exactly. Even though my mother, even though I would say the thing with moms, even though if you find some good area you want to live there, even though there's no type of dangerous area, you find out area is kind of safe space. The mother's always still concerned that area is not enough. They need to find somewhere safe.
Hmm.
Like they rather like take advice what people say, or the fact like there's more of certain like gang members there, but they're
Yeah,
not at all.
yeah. But what also makes it worse is that
Yeah,
like a lot of the celebrities that promote like that type of lifestyle, they're in these like gated communities, like you said, like they're in neighborhoods where like you're not seeing all the gang violence, like everything's all good, like they have private security and everything, but then it's like at the same time they're promoting a lifestyle that they don't live anymore.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like, all right, well, I'm gonna talk about or I'm gonna promote all this like hood shit basically, but I'm gonna be in my mansion with security cameras. I got armed security, which is also funny. Keep talking
Yeah,
about
I
gun
know, I
control and
know.
ban guns and all that. They have guns themselves. They have armed security and all that. They're quick to call the police, but then they want to make they'll tell people like me and you, oh, don't trust the police and shit, but they'll call the police right away because all they want to do is just keep everyone down while they stay on top.
Yeah, and the thing that really pisses me off, even though when somebody sorts me off saying, even though most people hate him that much, the black community, but the fact like he told police, cops don't even interfere with them, because the fact like they rather go to that dangerous place, and they still always do the same stupid shit, go to that dangerous area and get themselves killed, and most women try to like talk call I've been abused, but you the one still making yourself do yourself a bad thing, but you don't do yourself a good thing to stay
Mm-hmm.
away from a toxic man.
Yeah,
And the
it's like
fact
they'll
like
keep doing the same thing over and over again.
yeah, and also you see how much time Percy I'm getting tired. You know how them around TikTok media they go and you know feel depressed, trying to like mock, the depression, like young woman trying to like mock like depression, mock like the loneliness out of people, which I don't find that funny at all. I find it kind of annoying, and it's insulting too.
Yeah,
Also,
because a lot women they'll like mock men for like if they're talking about depression, they'll mock them like, oh, you're supposed to be a man instead of whatever, but then they'll talk about toxic masculinity, all sort of shit. And then they're the ones who are always quick to bring up mental health and oh, you got to be aware about people's mental health. We got to take that into consideration. We got to be like kind to people and all sort of modern day like sensibility bullshit. But
exactly.
then when a man is like, yeah, I'm feeling depressed, I feel like suicidal or some shit, or I'm dealing with a lot of stress or whatever, and then they get mocked for it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is crazy. It's like, wouldn't you want to at least feel like, all right, I can relate to this, so let me and this person talk about it, and maybe we can both help each other out instead of like looking at it like, well, only women can feel this way. A man, they got to just deal with it. But I'm also at the same time I'm going to talk about toxic masculinity and how men are ruining society and the future is women and all this other shit. It's like, how does that make any sense?
Yeah, true. How does it make any sense, bro? It's just like ridiculous.
They're
Oh,
just confused.
yeah,
They just don't know what it's like they don't know what they want. They're constantly confused. And then when there is a woman who's actually speaking, making sense of all this, the same woman will go around and tear that woman down.
yeah, because what is it? The truth is, even though what is it, Revenant? I got my video before a long time ago. What
Mhm.
make a bit about Tommy sorting me out, and the fact like Tommy sorting me out saying like to women that what's the point? You need to buy some weave, and also you see most of it came out the truth like they've always been bullied because the fact like they don't have the weed like them, and that's the thing how most men do it too. They
Yeah, it's like
make
insecurity.
yeah, they say that you're unfit, even though you're not that very fat guy, you're not that huge fat guy. They'll say you're unfit and all that, and
Hmm.
also insult your shape, because and also the same goes for women. They'll say, oh, you don't have no bigger breasts. Oh, you don't have no weave, and it's kind of disrespecting to other people by their different self.
Yeah,
You see
because not like every woman has to have like weave to be
exactly.
pretty. Because people find them attractive with their the natural hair or just their natural beauty, whatever it may be. Because it's like that saying where like beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So like weave doesn't like solve anything because first of all, like you'll be seeing a lot of women with weave and then they have a shitty attitude.
Exactly, bro.
On
Cause
top of that, it's like, all right, I got weave, but then I'm also like 300 pounds.
they find themselves damn miserable.
Mm-hmm. And then because
Yeah,
like it's like this weird beauty standard that women try to put on others so that way they can feel better about themselves
yeah,
because they feel like, oh, if I wear weave, I wear all this makeup, I got all these tattoos, I start acting like a man in the streets or whatever. That means that people are going to want to be with me, and now I got to make everyone else feel the same way in order for myself to feel better about my choices.
yeah, yeah. And it's kind of ridiculous to this day and age. And also, even though people gonna like, take our stuff, our content, because we're not taking stuff for content. We talk about real life situation and we talk about video games situation because
Yeah.
those are two different formula. And
Hmm.
if you don't understand the formula at the most, at least everybody you're listening, at least you do understand what we are saying and all.
Yeah. Hopefully, no one takes that out of context. I mean, some
And
people probably will because they don't want to. It's
yeah,
like
they
they
want
don't want
they
to
want
hear what we're saying or what's going on because I guess it hurts their feelings or something, or maybe they've
yeah,
been conditioned to think a certain way, so they don't want to break out of that. Um, what's the word like that? That like mindset or life cycle, whatever the correct word is. I'm drawing a blank, but I think you get what I mean.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Cause like Revenant, if you take a look at living living the life ambulance, he taught like he's most like an Asian guy. Poor respect to him, like shout out for him because he do some good YouTube video. He talked about how women been always doing this type of majority, balancing out to like act like bad and also have like the empower feminine and also when it comes to like women too when it comes to like people with the P stars to the name and OnlyFans even though Revenant, you see that video and the history around the crime documentary
Mm-hmm.
and it shows like everything since all time. Why do we have to have blame? Because good men don't do these type of things, but they want to show and represent everything about bad toxic men around their lives. And you know what, Ben? They always have their life ended because these type of dumb stuff they can't even get over it or can't even acknowledge this nonsense. They don't.
Yeah,
They don't.
a lot of men get set up
Yeah, exactly. I
constantly. It's
think
like even
I
like
think
dating
many.
apps. It was I don't
Yeah,
mean to
I
cut you
think
off, but Tom again it goes back to Thomas Sotomayor. He did a video years ago about this guy. He got set up with what's this shit called Tinder? It's like a
yeah,
dating app or whatever.
yeah,
He went to meet some woman, and there was like a van, and like I think two guys came out and basically like, killed him. And it's like crazy. It's like people are
yeah.
just getting set up left and right, no matter what it is, whether it's a dating app, you know, whatever it may be. And it's like no one wants to talk about what's really going on. And then it's always to the same thing where it's like, oh, why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk about that? Like if someone heard what you're saying, they'd be like, oh, but your mama black. Oh, but oh, what's wrong? It's like a whole bunch of other shit. It's like, why can't people just take accountability for what's going on and acknowledge
Exactly,
what's happening?
exactly. Because what is it, Revenant?
People take it as like a personal attack on them when it's just people like you trying to like tell people to be like aware of what's going on and address the issues.
Yeah, and Revenant, I want to say something too.
Mhm.
Because the fact, like, even though you watch the whole video about Mercedes more, right?
Yeah.
And the fact, like, what is it? Both of them accountable. But I would say one, she done that to herself. And that's the thing how many women, even though you got half majority of women don't want to do these type of stuff around their life. And right now, I seen where I grew up in the old school, and I see women was around Snatcher right now, and to this current day they don't have these type of apps. But right now these my women want to like have those apps, to get most of these toxic men, and the fact like for us we've been putting the blame that much, bro. We
Yeah,
always put a blame, and it's trying to like shows how this stuff social engineering, and they're trying to like use that manipulating narrative, and also social media too, trying to use that type of way to distract people and trying to give them attention how bad
yeah.
how
They're
man
trying to
man
condition people that this is like what you should do.
yeah, and the fact like the stuff with women wants to like have toxic men around in life and crying about I need men, and you don't understand that they need like these bad boys. It needs to stop, bro. That trend. I'm getting tired of this trend. Because you got most innocent good men that don't want to do these type of stuff, bro. They don't want to do it.
Yeah, then these women like they just want to be with like some ain't shit guy for whatever reason. Like, and then you got like a whole bunch of other guys who are, they're not gonna put them through all that bullshit.
Yep,
But a lot of them they don't want that because for whatever reason they just want to like party and do all sort of dumb shit that puts their lives in danger, put the people around them, like their friends and family, in danger, the person they're in the relationship with in danger, and then if they have a child with the guy, or even if they're in the relationship and they already have a child from some pre-existing relationship, they put the children in danger. It's like everyone's in danger when the women could do this type of thing. They could
ex-
avoid all that if they just not constantly choose these type of men that it's not like they're like borderline like retarded where like they don't know what the fuck's going on. They're fully aware of what they're doing and who they're getting involved with, but they keep doing it.
exactly. They keep doing it and blaming was
Everyone else but themselves.
yeah, exactly, and that's why you see how Twitter is now these days.
Don't make it about like race or gender
Yeah, make
or
that
you know
race
or-
gender, and they don't
yeah,
take accountability. They why block those people saying that their negativity.
yeah.
And also, I see some people from they block Melanie Mack about the Mary Jane situation. I I told her about it, I understand, even though they agree with me. But the fact, like, I try to say it's the way how the media trying to like do it. Like the companies rather support the media, like the judge, but not the consumer. Because the fact, like, when consumers just feel up how they like push the narrative, it's been like this throughout the years. Even though if you take a look at the early 2000s, those been like attractive, but they want to like push, they want to like destroy those reputations of those characters, and the fact like I told them they're not hitting, they're just very upset of the look of Mary Jane face, and the consumer
Yeah,
not
because
even eating. It's just like the way how they change them more than they're trying to like ugly fire, and even they want to like make this manipulation trying to like you know confuse people that we don't know what we talk about, but they genuinely knew, but they don't want to like tell the truth, and that's the
yeah,
thing to do. We have to do with this society, tell lies, and the thing is, like what women want to like do with men health, and also women too that they're smart, because they're like personally, even though what I was saying real life, they always look after disability people who's in special need and have sick, type of disability. But the fact, like, you see it out in the most society, like the media is trying to employ mentally illness people around the company,
mm-hmm.
to, like destroy things, allowing like culture war to just break and destroy statue. Like it have to be like fandom and fan services.
Yeah. And also random black guy is right because
Yeah, yeah,
um people just want to play as Spider-Man. They don't want to play as Mary Jane, especially that. that iteration of Mary Jane, because the thing is that what you were saying before, people like they know what these companies are doing, and it's that they're uglifying her, but on top of that, you have a reference like so many years of Spider-Man content, even before we were even born,
Yeah,
where Mary Jane looked nothing like that. Her story
exactly.
is that like she's pretty, she's attracactive, she's out of Peter Parker's league,
Yeah,
which is why
she
it's a
don't
big deal
want
when
to
he gets her.
fight. She don't
Yeah.
want to fight because she's not about fight. She always been more friendly. But the fact,
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to promote this, third wave feminism, where the woman who's not even a superhero, can somehow just take out guys like twice her size, heavily armed with like guns or whatever it is, or even like super villains with like powers and super strength that like in that game, there's parts where I've seen online where she gets knocked and she gets like slapped by I believe it was Venom, and she
exactly.
like it's like
Yo,
she
Gamer
gets
Wood,
hit.
what's up?
Yeah,
Yo, what's
what up,
up?
Game
Oh,
Melody?
yeah, what's up? How are you? Yeah, yeah. Continue, Revenant.
Like so you got this woman who's like what, like 100 something pounds, soaking wet. She gets the shit slapped out of her. She goes flying in the air, hits the wall, crashes on the floor, and like less than 10 minutes later, she's like back up. She got her little laser Mary Sue gun, and she's like helping Peter and Miles. And it's like it makes no sense.
It
Everyone
makes
knows
no
it
damn
makes
sense,
no
bro.
sense. They're trying to sell people on a lie that this is what can really happen, or that she's capable of doing this, when there's references to the past where this was not the case. They're trying to they're,
Yeah,
they're, they're trying to make people like
yeah.
turn
What's up,
their brain off.
Game Wood?
It's like fucking retarded.
Yeah, I want to expand but running back guy. They should just make
Yeah.
Black Cat playable. Exactly, but the thing is, the truth is how they don't want, Black Cat playable because the fact like what is it? The social media is not us as consumer. It's not us a human being, but it's how like the social media viewing it. Like why they don't want majority of people gamers play a Black Cat because the fact like they will say, oh, most of the gamers want to spend time looking at ass, but we don't do this type of stuff. We don't.
Even if they do, it's like people spend like what, like $70 on this game. So if they want to
Exactly.
look up a character's ass, then why not?
Exactly, bro. But let me tell you this: the media so upset. Let me tell you this: they're always gonna take things seriously. It needs to be around, what is it, 50,000 or 75,000 around slavery, where it has to be whipping the company ass. Like the fact, like we all see a game website. They're always obsessing to look at what is it, the black that play with Black Cat ass, and then they always cry online to do outrage and screaming because what is it? Most people want to play at the Black Cat character. It's not because of that. It's just a story and game and fun. They're not interested to focus on what is. But the fact that the media is spending too much time focus on body types and also skin colors, which they are themselves racist. And the thing is, I would say this, Revenant, in Sonic is racist by themselves, but they rather use that narrative to call us racist. But how we are racist, but they've been exporting ESG investment and also getting rid of their original source material.
Yeah, they're disregarding the source material, and then
Yeah,
on top,
yo,
and then
what's
now
up,
you have
guy?
Sweet Baby Inc. Uh-huh. What's that?
Yeah, how are you, running black guy? You're right.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, yeah,
What's up?
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
But
So
I definitely recommend you guys look up Sweet Baby Inc. And you know what's funny, because
yeah, yeah, I seen it.
um, their Twitter profile was public, like maybe like a week or so ago, and now all of a sudden it's they privated their account, so only people who follow them can actually see what they post.
Mm-hmm.
And it just now it just seems like all right because now they're being exposed as like being like one of the reasons why like games like Spider-Man 2 or Alan Wake 2, they even
Yeah,
worked on
and
God
all
of
the
War
games being
Ragnarok.
downgraded because the
Yep,
fact like people don't like downgrade quality games. Even though right now in society USA games being downgraded because the fact like what is it, the media, the gaming website take them as offensive a lot. If company promote high quality games, if they see both, sides of the critics like in very good positivity, they always cry and scream the preach because they don't like higher quality. They like downgrade quality. They want everything to be around their side of perspective, like company side, for perspective.
And these same people don't even play video games. They just say, yo, man, this gamers are love it. But they don't even play video games. So how do they know what
Exactly, they don't play video
that's
games,
true.
and the fact like I don't understand, even though because maybe if Random Black Guy gonna be a good studio as a game developer, he will never ever take no partnership from IGN or other sites because the fact like what they do, oh, what
they
they do,
give people false reviews, you
eh,
know?
yeah, yeah,
Yo, what up, guys?
horrible stuff. Yo, what's up, Jim Patchy?
Yo,
Yo, what's up, man?
Yeah, yeah.
that was me. That was me waiting backstage. You feel me?
Oh my
Yo,
god.
but so what are we talking about?
We talk we've been discussing about why modern women they always want to like cry about toxic man. Even though Revenant say
Well, I think if I'm going to give my opinion real quick, I think one of the main reasons is because women benefit from what current society is projecting, right? Like
yeah,
back, so I don't know if you know, but like most relationships, whether people want to accept it or not, are a barter system, right?
yeah,
And modern women, they want the benefits of that men get, but with none of the drawbacks, right? So
yeah. And
I think
also
that's a major part of it.
yeah, also I want to make response give me what it yeah, and then maybe do you see how Spider-Man 2 and also Saints Row how it is now to this current day because of their media because they went and destroyed the whole franchise and they don't play video games at all. They hate gamers,
No,
real
no, yeah.
gamers. They
Game
hate
Award is right.
consumers and also Revenant. You see how we got fake fans all the time
Yeah,
around
just like
Saints Row.
Saints Row,
Yeah,
Spider Man, the Defendant.
the fake world fans.
Every modern day bullshit they try to implement, you
Yeah,
always
exactly.
got a bunch of dumbass cocksuckers online getting
Who
at
love the
every
big gay?
single yes, yeah, going
Exactly,
after
bro.
anyone and everyone who says
Eh,
something remotely negative about some bullshit that they're trying to throw in our faces. We're
Yeah,
saying no, we don't want this shit, and we're telling you exactly as to why.
Well,
And then the same people always like, oh,
yeah,
well, yeah,
defending
she
the
was actually
media,
pretty
bro.
good. You don't
Defend.
understand. Why don't you give it a shot? Why don't you try it? It's like, no, we know
it's
what it
like,
looks
yeah,
like shit. Why are
I
you
said
gonna
it on
bother
X one
trying
time.
it? Hmm.
I said it on X one time. I said, I don't need you. You never been served shit at a restaurant, so how do you know eating shit is bad? It's like I don't need to like have eaten shit to know that I don't want to eat shit. You know. So that's my argument to them. It's like it looks ass. I don't want to support any of the feminist bullcrap going on in Spider-Man 2 or
Yeah,
many of these other games. And
Um,
unfortunately, all these people that are dick sucking it, excuse my language, but all those people that are doing that, they're doing it because they have nothing else to they need it to be good. They're addicted to media. They can't accept
yeah.
and separate
And like,
themselves from it.
and let's be honest. Let's be honest. You see how they care about big organizations around Middle East because Sony censored like all the rainbow flags and they say that oh we care about diversity, we care about a reputation,
They care
and
so
they
much
yo,
about diversity.
and they care about
yo,
bigger brands but they hate consumers. That's the thing.
wait, y'all remember that side quest in Spider-Man 2 when Miles was trying to get help somebody get a date? I was sitting here like, are you kidding me? I, am I playing Spider-Man or a dating sim? Like, what is this?
Well, they dropped the ball big time with that game in general. Like
Yeah,
because
yeah,
remember, right? Like that game is more focused on pushing an agenda than being fun. So all those
exactly. And
so every side quest is carefully written in a way to promote their agenda. Everything in that game has some kind of subversive shit written into the story.
yeah, exactly. Let me respond. Give Woody. They gave Man Morales the female feminist haircut. No black man will ever wear his hair like that. True, Woody. True. Because the fact,
Yeah.
like, why is it, guys? If you take a look at Chief Keef haircut around 2012, his dreads is way good more than Mars Morales. But if you take a look at most African American or what is it, Jamaican people, or maybe a black American, they have the hair like
Nobody has
kangaroos.
the hairstyle.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
they ha-
Miles
uh,
got that
Yeah,
shit
wait,
going
nobody
on.
He
has
got
the
that. He
hairstyle.
got that. He got that fruity black haircut.
He
Like he
got
don't got. He
yeah,
don't got like he got the fruity haircut. You know what I'm
sus
talking about?
haircut. Yeah,
yeah, and the fact, like,
Like he
regardless
a
of
fruitcake. Like he likes getting pegged by MJ. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that girl that don't speak, that she can't hear, right? That she need a sign language. She be pegging that man behind closed
Lee
doors.
Giles, MJ.
exactly,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
uh,
exactly.
Bro, come on. Like I don't even like Miles, and even I feel secondhand pain for them giving him that fruity ass haircut. And I
Exactly.
don't even like Miles. So like that shows you how bad
And
it
his
is.
voice
Yeah,
sounds like
and even game
fucking.
Woody said something.
Yeah.
If they don't defend the bull crap being put in the big games, then they won't get their free things. Exactly.
y'all remember when video games used to be fun?
Hell yeah. Yo,
Um,
Spider-Man 1 still fun. The original PS1 game is
right.
that shit is timeless.
Exactly, bro.
And
And
then called Saints Row.
I want to say something interesting too, because it's funny that everyone focuses on Miles being black and they forget that he's half Hispanic. Like honestly,
Exactly, bro.
Miles Morales is such a like. I'm gonna be real right now, right? And like I'm Latino. I'm Afro Latino. I'm Dominican. So like I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
so
I
I'm just
respect Dominican people. I like Dominican girls. No
like
lie.
I'm light skinned, but I got that sheep head. You know what I'm saying? I don't get a haircut. I got that sheep. I got that Miles Morales hair. Like I got that hair quality. Even though I'm light skinned, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
my whole point is that everyone focuses on like him being black. Like the Hispanic part of him doesn't count. Like it's like oh he's half Puerto Rican and half black, but they only focus like it's like that. Like somehow that makes him only black. Like it's such a disrespect to Latino culture. Like they don't fucking count.
Maybe
Like
that's
Yeah,
why
but
Latino.
they
can
gave him
I
the
tell you
Cuban
the
flag.
thing that really annoy me? How the fact they disrespect Mexican culture, bro.
Yeah.
It's maybe Latina or not, but not Latinx. No, it's Latina or Latino. And more
Spanish
especially
Spanish has has male and feminine words that are very important to the language. Like it's actually even more important in Spanish than it is in
yeah,
English, because in English, if your doctor is male or female, you just say doctor, right?
yeah, exactly. Even though
But
in
in
Spanish
Span
people speak
yeah,
Spanish there, but
yeah.
imagine if they see that and they see the language been getting mocked, they not be happy. And the fact like you got these women saying that oh we care about every other races and they saying we do care about culture, but they're not.
They
They they
don't.
are they are the version of the self since around the 15,000 and 17,000 where
You
oh it's
you
it's white people,
you
but it's
can't
them.
you can't give Miles that fruity haircut and say you like black people. I'm just saying.
The thing
And
is that
also
the more diverse they are, the higher the ESG score will be,
Oh
and
which is why they do it.
they gave like here's the thing though, they say they care about inclusivity and shit, but look what they did. First off, they mixed up the Puerto Rican and Cuban flag, which is pathetic. That's straight up pathetic, especially considering how hard they virtue signal. Like if they weren't virtue signaling, I'd be all right, they didn't care that much. It's still messed up, but they didn't care. But they're pushing agendas so hard they can't even get that right. Then you have people defending it, saying, well, they patched it out and fixed it. It shouldn't have been in there in the first place. Secondly, all the gay and pride flags were taken out of the Middle East, places where there's actual oppression to those people. That's where you take the flags out because your game won't sell there. So it tells me that they don't stand for shit. It's easy to preach all this shit in America, but go to the Middle East and do that and get stoned to death. That takes courage. That actually takes courage. I'm not saying
exactly, bro.
I'm not pro LGBT per se, but if you're gonna promote that, I'll respect someone way more for doing that in the countries where it actually is an issue. because
Yeah.
America, these people are safe. So I don't understand what they're quote unquote supposedly fighting against.
Yeah, they
E- e-
just stand on
exactly.
what they
And
believe
also,
in. They
let me
believe
say
in
the
it so
thing:
much, then they should
disrespecting
stand on it.
the flag of Marmares, making it blue. That's Cuban. Puerto Rico must be around red and blue, like the red stripes and the blue star.
They reversed it. It's like the American,
Exactly,
the Puerto Rican
because the
flag has
fact
the
like
American colors.
because the fact like the media don't like the original, logo. And also for our state around UK, because our flag is mostly like the Union Jack. Guess
Yeah.
what? Guess what? The police are like have their flag full on black, black,
Wow.
white, and all that bullshit, bro.
I think like ultimately all this shit is really dumb because
Exactly,
it's like Gamer Wody said, they should have gave us a real black hero like Static Shock. Like the funny thing is
exactly,
they're preaching to an audience that grew up in the 90s. All these shows that we grew up with and everyone loved, and their race wasn't a factor, like Family Matters, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Static Shock, Blade, the movie Blade came out. I don't remember being young and thinking anybody was complaining about them being black. So I don't get what the problem is. I don't really understand what this supposed like fake oppression is. Because to me, I think people just don't want to accept responsibility for their own failures and their own mistakes. Because you could say on one hand, like, oh, well, look at these places, look at the hood, look at this or that. But then also look at people like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who grew up in the Bronx and ended up being like a world famous astrophysicist, even though I think he's a bitch. But regardless, he's a black man that came up and he made himself successful. Look at Will Smith. He's a multimillionaire. Like, you can't
yeah,
really
but
say,
he's destroyed his career.
yeah,
Because
I'm not talking about them personally, though. I'm
yeah,
not talking about on a personal level. Like, don't get me wrong, they're both bitches, but I mean like that they came from nothing, and they made themselves into something, and they made money. If America was really that racist, that would be impossible. It would be
exactly,
impossible. So I
yeah,
think that people just need to accept accountability, and they themselves have to stop acting like little bitches and stop looking for these companies to confirm and affirm that they're victims, because that's what they're doing. That's what
exactly,
Insomniac
bro.
is doing. Insomniac is saying,
And
yeah,
also, what is it? Simpson having that treatment too. They went and bend the knee. But to be honest, why you bending the knee? And it's just titles trying to like make up fake claim about you. It's fake.
yeah. Basically, it's fake. It's really just fake because again,
Exactly.
we all grew up in like for those of us who grew up in the 90s, we had so much like
Oh,
black media, or early 2000s, we had so much black media that was good. I don't remember, like, honestly, like the amount of actual racists in this country is much smaller than what they want you to believe. And what they're doing is, I'd hate to say it because this is gonna be like a weird take I'm gonna have, but I can see how people might twist this, but they're actually creating racists by constantly telling white people that they should be guilty, that they should feel bad, that they oppress black people, that all this stuff. By constantly doing this, all they're doing is creating racists. Because there's a kid I guarantee you, there's a kid right now in a high school somewhere who has to sit through critical race theory and hear about how terrible white people are and all this shit. And he's building, he's building resentment. He's
Or the
building
same thing with
resentment.
in
certain
UK.
places where people work with it, having the sensitivity training and all that.
Yeah,
Like
exactly,
they're
bro.
being taught
Right.
that, and that
What
people are like,
they
when you
don't
think about it, it's like,
understand true
why would
meanings.
they? Someone it's happened to someone. They're like, why am I being taught this when it's like I'm not racist? Why is this even happening?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Most
the
people
same
are-
thing with the LGBT shit, where it's like all this shit's being shoved down. So I can understand why someone's like, "No, I'm against this shit. I'm tired of this shit."
Yeah,
I
it's
completely
close
understand
like they
because it's
want to
being shoved
disrespect people's
everywhere,
religion.
and it's being used as a weapon against other people.
Yeah,
And
it's just it's weaponized words, weaponizing terminology.
And it's not any real progress. It's like regress.
It's regressing. And also, I want to say, if you ask any man in this country, right, most men in this country, if they see a hot woman of any race, he's going to be down for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, like this most people are not racist. They don't care, you know? I mean, obviously, like, stereotypes exist for somewhat of a reason, right? Because ultimately, like, you know, like, I'm not saying like in a negative way, but obviously some stereotypes are going to exist, right? Like, because it's part of, like, in a way, it is part of the culture, right? Like, if you say, if you see a black person and he's dressed like in a way that's like very representative of hood culture, rap culture, you're gonna assume that he likes rap because how he's carrying himself. That's not really a negative stereotype. It's just an observation. But
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
think up short until like people. I think the only thing that really is racist is when people actually hate that race, and that's what
Exactly.
these leftists don't fail to understand is that
Exactly.
unless you hate specific racial groups, then you're not racist. No matter
Yeah.
how much they want to
Guys,
push and say, "Oh, this is subliminal, this is subversive, this is what's the word
yeah.
coded language,
I
all this
know.
shit,"
And
but
the
all
truth,
that stuff means nothing. It
yeah,
means
guys,
nothing.
can I tell you something? Is and that's right, Jim Patty. But the thing is, how people love to be encouraged. They love to be encouraged by media trying to like
Mhm.
give them advice, but they're not. But they're not giving advice. It's just want to make false narratives around every world. And I think most people always love to be addicted to media. Everything trending, they want to like being part of that trends. But I don't want to be in none of those trends, bro. None of those
Yeah,
trends.
exactly. It's just people don't, you know what it is, but deeper than being addicted to media, people have a fear of missing out, of being excluded. And it's like I don't
It's true.
understand why
It's
people want
true.
to be part of groups that are like this. Like why would you ever want, like, if leftists don't like me, I'm happy with that because that means that I'm standing against everything that they're fucking believing in. That they
Yeah,
all the bullshit they're pushing. Like I don't know
even
why
though,
everyone will not like you no matter what you do. So why
yeah,
not have people not like you because you stand for something and not because whatever other arbitrary reason,
yeah,
people won't
Selfishness,
like you.
ladies.
People will judge you because they don't like your hair. I know it sounds crazy, but you'll meet people that won't like you just because they don't like your haircut. Something
eh,
that stupid.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
I'd rather them not like me because I disagree, because I actually stand for something.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
And and guys, it's like South Park too. They make fun of both sides, and also what is it? One side always get mad. I would say it ain't no right wing. It's always about the bad side, the the bad and the good side. But it's the leftists
Hmm.
get mad like the media. I would say it ain't no leftist. It's the media getting mad at South Park, trying to like take their brand away to expose the truth how modern society is.
They want South Park to
How
bend the knee, just like Simpsons and Family Guy.
Let
exactly.
me just say something real quick. King Turk, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I always try to speak as honestly as I can. So thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they always want they want to control everything, right? Like, and that's really what it comes down to. Like, look, if you look at all these things that are happening, they're somewhat separated, but they all come together, right? Like, for example, like MJ, they want to portray her in Spider-Man as like this strong woman who,
Yeah.
she's a strong woman allegedly, she can fight, she doesn't need help, she doesn't have to be attractive, right? Because it's the mentality from leftists is like, oh well, I don't want, why does she have to be attractive? Why can't MJ just be ugly like most women are? Even though allegedly most women are, I mean,
Oh,
most women are ugly, which is also another lie leftists like to say to make themselves feel better, is projection.
Yep.
but
exactly. And
but
also having their hair most like gray.
but
And
regardless, but the point I'm trying to make is that women, modern feminists, they want the benefits of male society. they want
exactly.
they want to
Huh,
be able
They
to
want they want abusive male society, but we ain't abusive and all that. But they
but
are. I would say
but
this.
but deeper than that, but here's the point I'm trying to make. They want the benefits, right? Like women want to mess with men without consequences, right? So they want to sleep around and not be considered like hoes or whatever. They want to have positions in the
Exactly. That's true.
workplace.
That's true.
They want to be head of households. They want everything that a man can do, but they don't want any of the responsibility that comes with being a man. So
Yeah.
that's why feminists, third wave feminists try so hard to portray this shit in media, because they don't realize the society that we live in that's protecting them and allowing them to behave that way. If a society crumbles right now, we're going to degenerate into our natural roles. Men are going
Yeah.
to be having to
It's
protect and fight.
continue. Yeah.
Guys,
I would
Men
say.
are going to have to protect and fight, and women are going to be more of the
Yeah.
caretakers, because
Yeah.
it's our natural roles in society. It doesn't mean that a woman can't have a job, she can't have a career, but I think that like we shouldn't betray our, I think it's almost a form of self-hate to betray your natural psychology so much, where you're doing
Exactly.
shit like what third wave feminists do. I've never met a third wave feminist who didn't come across as like if she hated herself.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's another pattern. A lot of them like have like some like self hate, a lot of deep rooted issues that they're just like projecting within their personalities and what they're trying to advocate for.
Exactly. And also the fact like people love to people want to like make fun and also make fun of us, and also media want to call these people, oh, it's anti-woke people, it's anti-right people, but we're not. It's just majority of people felt with having propaganda eating down their throats. It's like people don't want to pay attention to media. If they don't look at weather, okay, but they don't want to pay attention watch the wars and all that. But the media wants to do it, and right now they're trying to make everything go politically into wars. Oh, let me answer Game Woody.
Mhm.
There are people like us and the podcast because there are people like us and the podcast because we don't care about race or actual preference. We are just people. Ex,
Yep.
exactly, Muddy boy. We all just people, and the fact like what is it? The meters just don't want to donate no money to Thai poor people. It's always got to be people with rich hand. But for us, it's so hard to be like become rich, bro. Because you got to like have the finance and stuff
Okay.
to go.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, I don't know why
Some
my phone acting weird.
me.
But the whole MJ thing, they should have just made original characters.
Exactly, and the fact
Do all
like
that.
what is it? The fact like
Well, I want to say something to you. So I actually agree with that, and I think that applies to Miles as well. I think people love Static Shock and they love Blade, and despite them being black, because they're good characters, right? And they're original characters. I think a lot of the hate Miles gets is because he's literally like Peter Parker, but just like race
With
swapped.
special powers.
And then on top of that, he cheapens Spider-Man because he has. I hate that his powers are more advanced than Spider-Man. It cheapens Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man too. So I think
exactly
that.
That's
MG should
So
MJ
that's what I
is
like about the.
a
Oh my
fighter.
bad.
hold on,
She's
I want to just finish this point, and then
yeah.
I'll shut my damn mouth. But anyway,
You
so
good, bro?
because of that, if Miles was an original character, I think people would love him. Even if he had spider powers, if he was like a character with spider powers that like maybe like somehow got his powers like in a way that like was similar to Spider-Man, but he was his own guy with his own identity in his own city or whatever. I think people would be okay with it. I think really is that he's literally the black replacement for Spider-Man. So I think that's the same reason why people don't like Captain America, Black Captain Falcon. The reason why I say that is because people love the Falcon. The Falcon is a beloved Marvel timeless character, and the second they made him Captain America, that's when he started getting hate. Why? Because he's race swapped Captain America. He's not the
And
Falcon
also
anymore.
Captain Marvel
Well,
too.
did you?
Doesn't make
I
no
think you will
sense.
like that animated movie Miles Morales. That Spider-Man movie because he actually feels like an original Spider-Man, unlike the PS4 Spider-Man. Miles, the
Oh, Into the Spider Verse.
not live act, yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. That one's actually pretty original.
And another thing too about Miles is that Miles in because I used to read I read a lot of comics, and when my introduction to Miles was the Ultimate Spider-Man universe, and one of the most frustrating things about it was that his personality, because the only time that he actually was a different character is the Spider-Verse,
Yes.
because in the comics he was yeah, because in the comics, even in the beginning, he was literally Black Peter Parker, and like that to me, that's terrible. It's like such a disservice that they give us minority groups, they give us hand-me-down characters because they have no faith in original heroes, yet they ignore characters like Static Shock, Spawn, Blade,
Cyborg.
John Stewart. And you know, and people will say, well, and it's funny you bring up John Stewart because people will say, oh, John Stewart, well, he's a Black Green Lantern, Green Lanterns, whatever. It's like, but Green Lanterns were always like a mantle. Green Lanterns are a corp of soldiers, so it makes sense that there would be a Black Green Lantern. That's fine. I think that when you take a character like, yeah, exactly. But then when they take a character like Batman or Spider-Man or Daredevil and say, oh, well, it's a woman now, he's Black now. It's like, it makes no sense because that's way more it's way more personal.
Yeah. And also, guys, even though we're gonna like don't drop this Spider-Man like conversation, we got this we got to discuss Genpachi what's going on with the current Morden Women. But there's one thing I want to say because Game Money put this saying, women only want to be weak when they want to use men, and
that's true.
Yeah, because what is it? They want to make Peter Parker and Miles Morales weak in that game, but not strong because they want weak character, and that's what you see how media wants Spider-Man is like Spider-Man 2. The game is weak Peter Parker, and
Yep.
also police being weak. They can't do nothing.
And what's with this
they're not allowed to like
this
take
whole MJ thing?
action against
Why
burglars.
does she writing Spider-Man like this? Like Spider-Man, they keep doing Spider-Man wrong in the comics with him and MJ. Like, bruh, you know,
They-
stop.
Yeah, they caught them big time.
They hate him because it's ran by a bunch of feminists and far left hacks.
Yeah,
Who
And they
want
get
it,
upset because no one reading
put
their
the
Yeah.
Dawson beliefs into it, and the Dawson
Yeah.
beliefs is that they don't like Peter Parker.
Yeah,
Well, their
exactly.
thoughts and beliefs are that they don't like men and they don't like white
Yeah.
men. That's their thoughts and beliefs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something funny about MJ because I'm glad you brought that up with MJ and Peter. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you have experience with women, right? What women tell you they want and what they actually want are not the same. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. And when it comes to Peter and MJ, the reason why MJ treats Peter the way he does, like you almost question why is she even with him because she doesn't like him. The truth is that a man like Peter in real life will always be in a friend zone for somebody like MJ, and MJ wouldn't even give him the time of day. So it's almost kind of funny because their relationship isn't like, unnatural. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro.
So a woman like MJ in real life would never, she would be completely dried up. She'll be dry downstairs with a guy like Peter because he's a cuck. So in the end, what women say and what they actually do don't equate. They could say I want a guy who cooks for me. He does all this stuff. He lets me have my career. But guess what? They cheat on him with someone else or he's in the friend zone. So
Exactly.
so in the game, it's like their relationship seems like, why the hell are they together? Because subconsciously, we as men know that that's not right. We can sense that it's incorrect and we can see why. And we can feel that they shouldn't be together. You could tell that it's a forced relationship that only exists in a fictional world. That can never be a real relationship.
Yeah,
True.
the writers
That's why I like
just
his
try to
relationship with
make
Black
it make
Cat.
sense when it doesn't.
That's why I like his relationship with Black Cat and all those other women in the comics. Because,
Exactly. Even though I like Catwoman from the Batman, and also I
Yeah.
like Batman
oh,
Yeah.
Beyond.
that's another character they did dirty. Batman.
Well,
comics-
you know,
Oh,
they
yeah.
did him dirty. Yeah.
Another one, yeah.
They've been doing him dirty. I'm a huge Batman fan, and I hate to say it, but like
They done him dirty in
they
the
done him so dirty. Yeah.
It's like after Batman Who Laughs, they done him dirty.
Dark Knight Rises.
Just like comics are failing. For most
Comics are yeah. They're just, you know what the thing is like, to me, comics don't even exist anymore. And I say this, it's kind of crazy I say this because Revenant knows me, like he's known me for years, like we've known each other for a long time. And like he knows I was a comic book freak. And like the fact that like I've become so disgusted to the point where they don't even exist to me should tell you how bad they've gotten, you know? And
people just don't care about it anymore. It's like hard to care. It's like
you can't care. And as far as MJ,
or either like casual fans who want to pretend to care, or diehard fans
Real
just can't let it go.
We're not like bots. At least for us real life people, we know what situation go on, and many of young teenagers just walking away from it, and also most of the real life people walk away from the movies and cinema too, because it's getting boring.
I also want to say something. One last thing about MJ. You know why MJ was a great character in the comics?
Exactly.
I'm gonna ask all you guys. Do you guys all know? I'm gonna tell you right now, but you guys don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna explain right now because not only was MJ attractive, but she loved Peter because Peter was a good person and he was a strong man. He protected his friends, protected his families. He was self-sacrificing. He had all those traits that make him a strong man. Even though he was a nerd, he became a man, and she fell in love with him despite him being a nerd and she being a supermodel. The second reason why she was a great character, because it's a good message for men. That's why she was a great character, right? To be a man, and you end up with a good woman. But the second reason why she was great is because whenever Peter was struggling, whenever bad things would happen in his life, she was his rock and she would motivate him to keep on fighting the good fight. She would support him. That's what women are best at. Women are best when they're supporting you. You get what I'm saying?
So compete with men when it makes no fucking sense.
So that's why whenever we see characters like MJ internally, I'm talking about MJ in the Insomniac games. It makes you feel sick inside because it's unnatural. Like it's so like the leftist ideologies are so unnatural that you can feel it. You can sense it as a man. Your instincts
right away. That's why
your
we call out right away, and then people like try to question us, like, "Oh, how are you saying this or whatever?" Because we know it's wrong. We know it makes no sense, and we know why they're doing it.
And think about it. Who think about this too, because I'm just gonna mention this as well. Who you think loves a woman more? A guy who wants to take care of a woman, give her a nice life, provide for her, give her less struggle, or the guy who's pushing his woman to be stressed out, to push to work her ass off, who's lazy, probably lives off her. Who you think really loves that woman more? The guy who wants to take care of her and provide for her, or the guy who wants to live off of her and push her into more stressful situations, or is not strong enough to lead her? Who you think really cares more about that woman?
The guy who wants to provide for her.
And I think like obviously that's my own personal philosophy, but I think like
the stuff what Revenant say.
I think that even though it's my personal philosophy, I think a lot of men will agree with that. Nobody. Why would I want a woman? Why would I want my woman to be stressed out, trying to make all this, trying to like torture herself when she doesn't have to?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact, like, even when it comes to good men, I see good men like innocent, like so no relationship. Even though good men want to have a good, woman that care and have natural good feelings, but not like a woman being stressed out and being crying. I need aggressive, toxic men to be abusing me. I need aggressive one, and it's not that cool.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, Reverend, have you told Jim Pachi about, the video I sent you about that girl, the TikTok girl?
Well, Revenant just left. When he comes back, I'm sure he'll like tell me.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but like, but isn't it crazy that we live in a world where you're sexist for wanting to take care of your wife and like provide for her? I find it so ass backwards.
It's sad. Like they are targeting men, then they can't be around with any woman no more. And the fact they have to like find a toxic woman around their life and being stressed with them for every minute. And the fact, like, what is it? As Mangold, like make a video how this Japanese woman got a boyfriend, and apparently like in the news they constantly like remove the out the form, because the fact like, oh, she with a man is no other women. It's only good men. It's only good men.
Well, also, you gotta understand that.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna put it's tinfoil hat time, boys. Tinfoil hat time. But just bear with me. Things like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that shit, especially TikTok, it's meant to drain your attention and to lower your overall like intelligence, right? Because the lower the amount of time you can actually focus and not have to be distracted by dopamine, the more you're capable of actually understanding and taking your time to like actually process things. China has an agenda to lower our attention spans, and using things like TikTok and even Instagram to a lesser degree to basically make us dumber so that we're easier to fight against. It's kind of like it's like a cyber attack on us. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like
exactly. That's why I hate how that platform blow up, because it blow up everywhere. Because what is it? Since around maybe in the 2014 or 2015, we don't hear about it. The only trend we hear about is Instagram. But we came to like 2019 and 2020, it's COVID. TikTok started like trending, there was a rise and a huge blow up.
Well,
Like,
look at the stuff that's going on right now. Look at the world. Look at all the activist bullshit that's happening. Like all of like look at how we're even talking about like how third wave feminism and all that stuff. All that stuff is being promoted because all that stuff is being promoted because it destabilizes us. And
Exactly.
then you have a country like China and Russia where even though China is basically like a hellhole in a lot of ways, they have stable family structures. When you have stable family structures, you have stronger men, more supportive women. You have
Exactly,
a
bro.
stronger society. So
Exactly.
they're trying to divide Americans so that Americans are weaker, so that when they attack us either physically or through like some other means, it's easier because we're distracted, divided. Our attention spans are like ass.
Yep.
Men are acting like bitches. They don't have the willpower to fight. You can have
Yeah,
30 women protesting and 20 men protesting. The 20 men protesting are far more dangerous than the women, right? Because the men are
exactly.
capable.
Very
So
dangerous.
they fear young men. They fear us. They want to weaken us because in the end of the day, that's their end game. And I think China and other actors are playing ball. I know, like for China for sure and Russia for sure, but really, like even within our country, they want us to be a society of slaves. That's basically what it comes down to.
Exactly. The media wants society as a slave, as a slave. And I think nobody don't like wake up to that. And also, at least us, we know what's going on. And also, we've seen our good rappers tell the truth. They've been passed away.
Yeah. Yep. Like
Oh, all
Tupac.
right.
Yeah, Chico had mentioned Tupac earlier.
Oh yeah, and Revenant. I will say this, Revenant. Remember the video I told you about that girl, that TikTok girl?
Yeah.
Tell that to Jim Pachi. What do you think, in your opinion?
Um.
Me and discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah.
So basically, she's like some TikTok influencer, and her mom got involved. Uh, and was basically like her unofficial agent because people are fucking stupid, basically. But the mother had an affair with, I believe, her husband was some guy that her and her daughter met through TikTok and other social media shit. And basically, more or less, like the way I look at it is like they both like caused two guys to get killed.
That's sad, man.
And like
Exactly.
yeah,
Like it's a mom. The mom was there to like
she
plan a
should
plan
have known better too.
to kill her. So basically they get like maybe their family and cousins to like meet up with these guys like her husband and all that. Because basically, what is it? She broke up with her husband, and also her husband refused because she wants toxic men. And what happened? She goes to that type of route. The fact like that the husband saying like she's got to expose everything around her stuff, her life, around the media and all that. And she was basically like crying to her mom to do something, and the fact like the mom saying no, we're not we're not gonna go to the police. We got a plan to like speak to him, but it's not. It's basically like at night time at Leicester. They were waiting for him around the near on the gas station.
They set him up basically.
Yeah, Sam,
Pretty
and
much, yeah.
he's got like a best friend to like drive him there, and there's like two cars like all over because see the CCTV caught it, and the fact like once like the friend knew what those two cars doing because they're trying to drive
Mhm.
and go around the roundabout, and once they realize what's going on, and also the husband tries to speak to that like that girl,
Yeah. I mean,
and
like,
guess what? What is it? They start planning to like drive, fast, and also what they do, might probably like um the girl family members they went and crashed the husband car out of the motorway,
Jesus.
and also the car was burning fire. Even they see the car just flip and it was burned by fire, and they didn't even call the ambulance. They went and drive away, bro.
You
Yeah.
know what it is, man? Like,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, honestly, this is an example of why, as men, we have to be like alert, smart, be the best versions of himself. Because
Exactly.
the quality of those two women is so low that a self-respecting man probably wouldn't have even like he would have like saw the red flags and got the hell out of Dodge before any of that bad stuff happened. Because I guarantee you there were a bunch of warning signs with their personalities as well.
Yeah,
And I think like as men, we just have to stop being weak. It's also our fault because we're giving too much. We're boosting these women into thinking they can do whatever they want because the amount of attention they're getting from us on like social media and real life. And we have to understand that like,
yes,
we have to value and respect ourselves so that we can avoid those types. So the fact that they got set up is horrible, but I'm just saying that more or
exactly.
less, like they probably were moments where they could have avoided that situation, or they could have saw the forest for the trees and probably got out of Dodge before it got that bad, right? Because even like the whole
Exactly.
story of what they were talking about sounds pretty like sus. I would have my guard up after like they started doing
Ye-
stuff like that. So
Yeah, exactly, bro. And the fact like she will say in if in that situation, can you meet up with me? I want to explain it and apologize in a good way. And also you say okay, but the fact like she want to meet you at maybe around at late night, but it's got no, it's gotta be somewhere where it's personally you got to like maybe bring a family member or something with you just in case
yeah,
things are old. And that's and that's the thing when it comes to like women nowadays they rather find somewhere to set people up like Reverend explained to
yep,
me like you explain Reverend on how like this man got set up for got killed by most of these bad boys, right, Reverend?
Yeah, there was a video where someone met someone on Tinder
Yeah.
and ended up happening.
yeah. They do the setups on there, and then they rob them or kill them. I
Yeah.
think, and again, it comes from like a state, like honestly, like when we reach a point of weakness, that's where we're the most vulnerable. So, like, example, a guy is lonely, maybe hasn't like seen a woman in a while,
Exactly,
or
bro.
desperate. He goes on Tinder, he sees a cute face, and he just goes by the way she looks. He turns off his brain, doesn't question what, like he doesn't notice the little things
Yeah,
that are like sus, and he ends up in a situation where he's getting robbed or killed or whatever. And I think that's like
exactly,
pretty
bro.
common. I just want to
Yeah,
read this comment real quick. He said, King Turk says, my Dominican brother, I was believing the same like you about China, but turns out it was all a lie. China actually much better country than ours right now. Believe me. I actually, I'm not surprised. The economy is way better than ours. We have that bozo in office, so I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked if their quality of life was better. I know they have a lot of pollution and other like problems there, but
yeah.
as far as like their economy for sure is much better than ours, 100%. And I think just having stable families where you have like a mom, a dad, a baby, they're very they push
Exactly.
hard against the LGBT stuff because they're concerned about the next generations. They have limited TikTok times. Most of it is educational. Like what you're saying is like not implausible to me. So I wouldn't be surprised if their quality of life was actually better.
Yeah. Also, Game Boy put something. I'll never forget get horrible black woman. It was horrible, and she looked horrible.
Yeah, she would. That show was ass, and it's disrespect to Batman mythos, and even that line, "the suit will look better on a woman" or something like that. It's like disgust. Oh, how pathetic. You know what? You never noticed that all these feminist things and all these leftist things, they can only promote these characters by putting other characters down. They can only promote them by putting down male characters or white characters or existing characters. They can never just make a new character that's a female or a male these days, or like a minority, and just have them be great off their own merits. They have to like shit on the classics or the or like the male characters, right? You see that
Yeah,
in Ant-Man. Um, the Captain Marvel movie was basically like an hour and a half of just her shitting on men. Like it's pathetic. You can shit on them as much as you want, but it doesn't change the fact that it's
yeah,
not going to make them more popular. It's like for example, Miles is not going to be a more popular character for how Peter got cucked. It just makes people not like Peter as much. They don't like his portrayal, and it's going to make them not like Miles still. So I never got the mentality behind, oh, we're gonna we're gonna make Thor look like an idiot, have Jane Foster become Thor, for example, and then everyone's gonna love her. It's like it doesn't work that way.
yeah. Exactly. It's not gonna work like that way. Shut up. Sorry, trying to turn this thing off. And also, by the way, guys, even though I got 70% battery left, but Genpachi, you can read that running black guy comment, and also we need to like
Okay, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Is what he was in the was he in the stream?
yeah.
It could be
Oh
stream
man.
notes or his phone, just like
Oh
booting
damn,
off.
that sucks, man.
Yes, don't blame
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
I'd rather hear you actually like say that yourself. So,
Oh,
but
oh,
anyway, so it says so. I just want to say one more thing about ugly female characters. People had a problem with Fable turning a woman ugly. I have no issue with him because every Fable character has always been ugly. So all right,
Well,
I
I
think we
mean,
have to
I'm
look
like a
at.
big like Fable fan, so maybe I can kind of address that.
But before you address it, I just want to say something. There's a difference between a character being ugly because it's quirky and it's for the funny, like for like the like how do I put it? Like Meg being, for example, Meg being ugly in Family Guy is because it's funny. It's like she's made ugly because it's like it's for the sake of the show being comedy, right? For example, or with the original Fable, it was like wacky and over the top, so the ugly characters were meant to look wonky. Like it was part of like the charm and joke of the game that like you have these ugly like prostitute women walking around with like this like baggy looking meaty jowls, but it's supposed to be funny and it's supposed to be done to be like extreme. But I think
exactly.
with like the Fable reboot, it's done because it's an attack on beauty standards rather and promoting like pseudo promoting trans ideologies or shit like that. So I
Yeah.
think like I
Looks.
do agree that Fable women were always traditionally kind of ugly. Not all of them. Some of them actually looked okay, but
Yeah.
for the I guess within the world, within the game engine and world and design. But I think mainly it depends on how it's done. So like before, you would have like a example. Another example would be you would have like Granny Goodness from Superman the animated series. For those who don't know, that's the
Oh
old lady
yeah.
that was with Darkseid. She was made to look like that because she was supposed to be repulsive and nasty and be like just this effed up character, right? But if they did a character like her now, it would likely be to promote a feminist agenda or to make her seem like it would be more to like belittle men. It depends on how it's done. So I do kind of agree that there've always been a lot of ugly Fable women, but I think it also is how it's executed.
Yeah, true. This is what anime is doing better on the black guy, and also
Yeah.
that too, Chico. Damn, Marvel also ruined everything. Look at the new for Hulk, Iron Man, Wolverine, Ethic, and Imagine
Yeah.
Comics. Yeah,
I love the Image comics back in the day, like really early Image, but like they've also lost the plot, if you know what I mean.
yeah, they
So
lost them part.
Yeah, but
and
I just want
yeah,
to quickly address the Fable thing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, do it.
the art style was always like meant to look a certain way, where like they have like these exaggerated like body shapes, like they got the big heads, big hands, big feet, all that, and even with the male and females, they even had some NPCs where the females didn't look that bad, but at the same time you had like the technology at the time because it was originally on Xbox, and obviously not every game on Xbox or PS2 or GameCube back then looked the same. So yeah, like different budgets and all that, and also again the art style that they were going for. Where now in this Fable reboot, they're purposely making the character look ugly because there's even screenshots online of the face scan model, and it's not to say that
yes,
the real life woman looks like
Yeah,
a 10 out of 10 model,
she's cute
super
though. She's
model.
kind of
She is
cute, like
cute,
pretty
like,
cute.
the real life woman.
but there's also a
Like,
transgender in the development team at
uh,
Playground Games that uh was there, I think, since like 2020, and it almost looks like they kind of like mixed, like fused the two faces into the
exactly.
character they have in the
Oh,
Fable reboot,
Yeah,
because the resemblance is like uncanny. It's like you cannot
yeah,
like say like they didn't take any inspiration from this person, who it's not some regular person at the team either. I think
exactly,
I
bro.
feel exactly what they're working on exactly in the studio, but and then you also take it into account, like look at how all these other characters look like, even when they're doing reboots and shit.
somehow the men are accurate, but the women aren't.
Or yeah,
You
like
know,
another example of the Dead Space remake with Nicole. She looks
Yeah.
completely different from how she looked like on 360.
she looks like Kathleen Kennedy with
Yeah,
like a wig or something.
Exactly.
yeah, or
Honestly,
Renee
bro.
or whatever. Yeah,
That-
or
And
who's that
also,
one with the that cook that got arrested, or
I don't remember.
she said some racial shit or whatever.
Martha Stewart.
There you go.
Yeah, I
Like
don't know what the hell they're thinking.
yeah, and
and
it's like
also,
people will make excuses like, oh, they look like this. The technology has advanced, and it's like so technology advanced now, where suddenly in all these Western games the females look ugly.
Well,
nah, but
here's one thing you could look at,
they have the same technology, but they don't do like Western. But the fact that we
dude.
try to do those type of stuff personally, like
Well,
the
look
pilots.
at look at Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. The graphics are very primitive, but the likeness of Lucy to what's her name? The woman who plays her, right? Damn, I forgot her name. I can't remember.
Yeah, I forgot.
Damn, the one from Veronica Mars. She was in that show too. I just forgot the name. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
the,
guys, by the way,
the
my phone's about 3%. But I
Okay.
want to say something because I think I told I told Chica about this, and I told Revenant. I mentioned Pachi Mama comment section on community. And guys, I want to say this. Guys, if you don't know, even though random black guys here, I respect him. I always respect him because he's always do take on, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Just to let you know, guys, before I go, I've been officially confirmed. I've officially been banned around Savannah, you know, Discord stream. Because what
oh
is it?
wow.
It's about yesterday just because what is it? I'm trying to like talk about the stuff with, Israel and Palestine, like they trying like me trying to promote that narrative around those type of religion and discriminate
Well,
and constantly ban me, bro.
yeah, they probably couldn't handle you what you were saying, man.
Yeah. She
That's what I
can't.
was saying. I figure like the moderator probably is some leftist or some shit like that, or she's just overstepping her boundaries as a moderator and
Yeah,
takes
because
an
Yeah,
issue with what Reborn was
yeah,
saying. Which honestly, it makes no sense because it's a
yeah,
political
yeah.
server
She
from what it
like
said on the thing.
well,
she was making fun of both sides, but she got me removed because what is it? Like when it comes to like you got many people want to like even though they got the same that amount of religion and even
Mhm.
though they got like they got like the Muslim or Palestinian religion, they just don't like each another religion go to bait and bait just like black and white. They tie those type of protest and pride, and it's okay for them to just voice their opinion. But the fact
yeah.
that she's American, and what she wants, she even though Chico was saying it, and I know Chico watching, shout out for Chico for that telling the truth. She
Mhm.
wants to like because she's black, she wants to like allow two of these what is it? The Palestinian Muslim go toe to toe in streets around London and
Yeah.
also if with around America, the protests going against each other. Like,
But you do realize that I want to say a couple things actually, just before like, because I know your time is going to run out soon, so I just want to say a few things. Random Black Guy, yeah, Spawn is still good. Image Comics has some good stuff still, but a lot of it has gone the other way as well. Um,
I
but
agree with what you said
yeah,
about Fable too. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, and also agree with your comments about Fable. I just want to address that because
yeah,
but
hey, Chico,
but there's another thing I want to say as well.
yeah,
Here's the thing about Palestine and Israel, right?
yeah,
People that are not involved in that conflict, that are not living in those countries, especially Israel and Palestine, do not know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm
exactly.
listen. I don't take any side because what they're fighting for and what they're fighting about is far, 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 far deeper than what these activists think are going on. They
Mhm.
do not know. They do not actually know what's happening. So I have no personal stake in it. I don't like that the whole world is getting dragged into a holy war between
Same.
two religious groups that has nothing to do with
Exactly.
most of the world. So
He,
when people are saying I'm pro Palestine, I'm pro whatever, I'm pro Israel, whatever,
yeah,
they
they
don't.
are disrespecting each and other.
Most of those
The-
people. most of those people do not fully fathom the deeply
Exactly.
rooted, layered
Yeah,
cultural
Chico. Yeah,
animosity
Chico.
between
Exactly.
them.
Yep.
Exactly, bro. And
So
they want to make a mockery to these type of religion, but
yeah,
also like you mustn't like make no mockery. And it's the same thing with the trend with LGBT.
Hmm.
Like
mhm.
they try and encourage people to do LGBT, or they are encourage people to support that religion. But come
Listen,
on,
there
this is
is no argument
stupid.
though.
Yeah, there is no
This is
argument.
the dumb shit though. This is the dumb
Exactly, bro.
shit because I feel like this is my opinion. You have two sides that are both fighting over something incredibly stupid
Yep.
over a long period of time, and the amount
Centuries.
of try thousands of years,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the abuse between the two groups amongst each other is so bad that you can't justify one over the other. The only reason why
Exactly,
America is pro-Israel, for example, and again, my opinion is I think it's bullshit. So I'm not taking either
exactly.
side.
Same,
I
same
want to
here.
make that very clear before I say what I say because I don't want people to say, "Oh, I'm pro this, I'm pro that." I'm not
Oh,
pro any of it because I think it's dumb.
exactly, bro.
But
Mhm.
but here's the thing. America has an interest because that's a safe zone for the U.S. and the Middle East, and they want to keep them around along with other political interests and financial interests. That's why America's involved in there. Palestinians and those people there, they also have their own
Yeah,
agendas and
yeah,
their own things
exactly.
that they want to do in Israel, and a lot of them are also not nice at all. Don't be fooled. The people suffering are the civilians, the Israeli
Mhm.
civilians and the
Yep.
Palestinian civilians. The people fighting themselves are fighting for something incredibly stupid,
Yeah, they're
and
Yeah.
people need
both
to understand that.
suffering. It's the same thing like yeah, it's the same thing for our community. What me and you discussed too with the black and white is suffering from outside and it's left side.
Yeah,
It's
it's just suffering.
absolutely
It's a bunch of suffering because two
and the
sides
fact like
can't get along, and they can't
yeah,
get along because of their religion, and that's really what the end of it is. And the fact that the whole world is getting involved and World War III could end up happening
exactly.
because of this is sad and pathetic. What a horrible way for humanity to go out. In a nuclear war, World War III, what a terrible way for that to end. That two people just couldn't get along because of religion, man-made
Exactly, bro.
religions at that. So I think it's
So.
insanity, and I think it's unfair to most of the
True.
world. I think it's unfair to the civilians. I do think Palestinian civilians are probably treated bad, but I also
Mhm.
know that a lot of Muslim extremists hate Israel. They hate Jews as well. So I get that
Yeah, true.
what they're fighting for is they have to sort it out. That's for them to sort out. That has nothing to do with us, and we have to stay out of it.
Yeah,
I think that's my take on
that's
things.
what- yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. And also, why is it Liberty? Let me see this. My opinion, I say it need to be signed out. And I got banned from the Malware. No, what is it? So Sabah Maintenance. He's probably off. He's been break up because he's training around the gym. He always do some exercise and training around the gym, right? And if you
mhm.
take his you might understand because I will show you his videos and you might probably critique him if you want to, but he do have some good points. Some Mimi, copy this link and watch.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not interested in that war because again,
Exactly, bro. I'm not interested in
because
that too. And the fact, like,
because because in the end of the day, like here's the thing, right? We're all part of most of us are living in Western society. We
exactly,
benefit from Western society. Our psychology to what's happening is drastically different. Like it's so
yeah,
different to what's actually happening in those countries. So again, whatever they're doing to each other is for them to sort out with each other. Like
yeah,
like that's just my
Pretty much.
opinion on things because we are Westerners. You cannot compare Islam in the Western world to what Islam is in Middle Eastern countries, and you can't
Mhm.
complain an American Jew to an Israel, someone who's living in Israel and living in the Middle East. Their psychology, the amount of devotion to the religions themselves, The psychology is so different that in the end it is a religious war that we should not be involved in, because that's the core of it. That is the heart
True,
of why they're fighting. In the end of
true.
the day, you could say it's because of land, you could say it's because these people were victimized. And again, I think that all the suffering is wrong. I'm not condoning any suffering. I'm not saying that either side, but I'm not saying the civilians should be hurt in any way. I just
Yeah,
think that you have two
yeah,
sides fighting for something that is outside of our Western rationale, and because of that, we shouldn't be involved in it.
exactly. And let me tell you this, because even though I speak to Reverend Chico too, Chico, you there? You can hear me, because me and have a good chat. The fact, like, remember the time probably around 2021 or 22, America wanted to get involved and join the war between Russia and Ukraine, join the full-on battle with them. And to be honest, it's got nothing to do with USA, in my opinion. They should just not get involved with the both of those fights invading each other. And right now, they do it with the Palestinians. They want to get involved. And to be honest, it's not a business. Same goes for UK. It's not a business. From US, it's none of our business. From UK, it's not our business. So why take participating? And to be honest, you supposed to be like putting both of them into peace and all that. And I guess like both of these type of like the pro-Palestine and Israel to just sort things out. And yeah, for me, I've been banned. I've been banned. But I said the random black guy in the Discord. Personally, my opinion, even though if I don't come back from the Discord and all that, um, it's not gonna be not super for me. And the fact like what random black guy say? Because he can be a moderator and he can add me back, but it's not gonna work like that way because most women are like that. They can get rid of you easily.
Yeah. Well, again, I just want to say this one last time that for everyone watching, understand that I sympathize with everyone suffering. That includes the
Yeah,
Palestinians,
exactly.
and that also includes the Israeli people. I think the civilian suffering is egregious, and I
Yeah,
think it's horrible. And like I said,
exactly.
I agree.
I don't side with either side. I actually I almost don't care. Like I just don't want to be involved in any of it. I just don't want the US to be involved. I don't want the world to
Mhm.
get involved in this. I think they
Of
have
course,
to sort it out. If Israel gets destroyed because of Palestine, fighting back Hamas, so be
they
it. If Hamas got destroyed, then that's for them to sort out. They have to sort it out. I think we have to stay out of it.
oh
That's my stake. I agree. I also feel that way with the
oh
Ukraine.
all right. Yeah, yeah.
I
But
just have
even
to specify because I know like what I'm saying could seem kind of like cold blooded, but I truly, truly think the worst thing is the innocent people that are dying on both
Yep.
all right,
sides.
all right, all
Yep.
right. Yeah,
Gotta say
because
that.
what is a random black guy? Because all I say I'm gonna say is person my opinion. Even though I try to like have her sort out, but she'll refuse because when it comes to like guy like us, we do have our good debates, but for her, she will not take my debate in a great way. But if she was if it was in podcast, she won't even still agree, and that's how most women are like for those days. They can be banning people, or or they won't even don't get into like type of discussion with them because that's how women are. They can in person yell at you in your face, but once if you hit them, then it's it's gonna be us getting in trouble, and that's why we're not like that. Yeah, and also by the way, everybody,
I want to say one thing though about what you guys are talking about. Um, you should, if you cannot debate and have discourse with another person without it becoming personal or devolving into people getting banned, blocked, and etc. I think that you have no business doing a debate.
uh,
You should be able to talk about your points and defend and argue your points. And I think that if you're gonna boot somebody because you disagree with them, then you are in no position to be moderating or talking or even
e-
debating anyone.
ex-
Yep.
exactly,
That's
bro.
true.
Um,
Because
I think
because
if it degenerates to ad hominem, if you're talking ad hominem and you're cursing each other out, and now it degenerates into that kind of like, just verbally assaulting each other with like insults, then I could understand like banning or blocking or like just ending the discussion. But if both sides can talk amicably, then a disagreement in opinion should not be a strong enough reason to boot somebody from it or block them.
exactly because
So yeah,
what
you guys need to talk it out. I would think the best course of action is to do a live debate. Maybe you
yeah
can debate on StreamYards and talk about it there and actually do a live debate, because then, there's going to be more. It's not in a private server. There's going to be more of like an audience of people
yeah I would
there's people there to hold them,
yeah
to hold both sides accountable, to make sure that they're keeping to the points, and it kind of exposes
okay
both sides.
yeah I will try random black guy if she there if Sunshine's there and all tell her I'll be doing the next podcast stream if she wanna join let me know so I can have a debate with her because what is it for this I would say Jimpachi and when it comes to other women because most main women though they don't like doing debates with men that much because they rather just shy away or just don't want to like
Or get
have
emotional.
yeah they rather bunny just like how these people are and also fanboys are they just
Yeah. Well, what
are
was what was the debate about, like politics? Was it about like the war and stuff like that? Or was it what was the debate specifically about?
it's because of the religion I mentioned the Palestine and other type of stuff that stuff really gets sorted out and where but the fact that she came in and having a go at me for mentioning the both, and I can't say my opinion about it. And
Yeah.
she try to say that I try and like silence people on Discord, but you got people trying to like agree with me, and there is no other man trying to came in and say, "Hey, Roger, you're wrong." No, they're okay with it, and she's the only one there telling me that I've been targeting people with those both of these religion while trying to like
Yeah.
peace. And then what she say that you must take respect. I'm moderator here. You must learn it from that.
Well, I would suggest the best thing. I think the most reasonable way to handle it is to do a live debate, like to live talk about it live on video.
Exactly.
The only reason why I say that is because there'll be like a visual and audio receipt of the actual conversation, and like I said, it'll pressure both sides to handle their points without becoming emotional. Because whoever becomes emotional during the debate or during the talk is gonna end up, looking really bad. So I think it kind of holds people accountable. That's why a moderator is a good idea. I think random black guy could probably do that, but
All right.
you should probably go about like doing like something like that as opposed to like talking in a Discord server where it's like, it's harder to hold people accountable in private chats. And being that you guys are talking about something like this, I don't think it's not like your personal lives. I think that it shouldn't be an issue to debate it in a public forum. That's my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I think we should not do it in the public forum. I agree with you. And also, what is it? Chico and Random Black guy say that there is nothing to talk it about. To be honest, just said my opinion, and he said his. Yeah, and even though I would say to everyone who's in that type of religion, I just don't want to mock y'all. I just want um for you to be best, and we all like hitting the same boat. We all been struggling, and we all want to like you know partner sideways to make things right, but not just go to war with each other. And it's not
Hmm.
a cool thing.
Everybody has a right to their own faith and creed as long as it's not destructive toward others, and
And thank you, Jempachi.
it doesn't violate the rights of other people. So
Yeah, and that's
I have no personal problem with any religion. I don't particularly like. I'm not religious, but I also don't have a problem with any religion. I grew up Christian. I went to Catholic churches, Christian churches. My mom became a Muslim. So I don't actually dislike any religion. I'm talking about like how people have a right to believe in what they believe. And if you display intolerance to another person's religion because of your own religion, that's where conflicts happen. So I like to think that everyone can believe what they want as long as we're not harming each other in destructive toward other people and their beliefs. Because just like everyone, like I have a right to believe what I do, and you do, and Muslims and Jews, and whether
Yeah,
it's left or
yeah,
left
yeah,
or
yeah.
right, Republican, Democrat, whatever you believe in, you
Yeah,
should you gotta be able to understand that the person that you're debating with and arguing with or whatever is another human, and you shouldn't violate their humanity via violence or anything like that.
yeah,
But that doesn't mean that their beliefs are free of criticism. You should be able to criticize it, and they should be able to defend it without resorting to violence or assaulting the other person.
exactly. And
Right.
that's true. And also, by the way, yeah, uh, that's it. Yeah, because my phone's about 12% and it's draining that fast, and I feel like charge it. And I would say to everyone that joined the live stream, including you, Jimpact and Revenant, thanks
Right.
for talking about, modern society and about why women always been like this, the ones to like find the most bad, attracted man to just give them, population and making us look bad. And it's great for you guys that came along by. You,
Yeah, I appreciate
Chico,
you having me on, and everyone in the
Yep.
chat, like Chico and
yeah,
everyone. Yeah.
Thanks everyone in the chat. Thanks for having me on. I always
yeah,
like talking about these subjects, so I
yeah.
appreciate it.
Shout for them people for joining the chat and on comments too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
there's
great.
some good comments too.
And
And
also,
yeah, good comments, good insight.
yeah,
Everyone involved.
yeah, it's great and brilliant, and it's very good to like see you guys join along, and we should be like continue having a good podcast on live stream.
Hmm.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And also a little quick plug here. If you're into animation or if you're into like gaming content and things like that, where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
mostly apolitical. I mainly just like upload gameplay, like crazy like moments in games, mostly like Arkham and other games. I live stream. Like I said, I'm also an animator, so you
Uh,
could check out my original series. Check it out, and I hope you enjoy it, and you
yeah.
give it a chance.
And guys, make sure you subscribe to Random Black Guy because he posts anime live stream and versus maps and tier lists. He
Oh,
do some
okay, cool. I'll check
content,
them out.
which is great.
Yeah, I'll
And
check them out.
also, next is to subscribe to Game Wood and King Tech because
Yep.
they do like King Tech do Saints Row videos. Game Woody do some good vlogs. Try
Yeah,
like
they both put out.
Gamer Wody is pretty good.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So
He's a real nigga. Shout him.
Hmm.
all right. Well, that's good because I got to eat. I came from the gym. Your boy hungry. I need that protein. I need that protein,
Yeah,
Papa. You know what I'm saying? Need that
yeah.
platanos and mango. You know what I'm saying? Get
You're
that salami,
good
man.
martial arts, bro. You're good
Yeah.
martial arts. And one day, please do defeat
KSI.
yes,
One day.
Gay Paul. I got you. I got you.
yeah. KSI say that he personally win the fight. And also telling that Timothy should retire because he's back on YouTube.
I would love to fight them. If only I had more clout, I would 100% fight them. It'd be hilarious.
Because
Um,
right now, KSI, what is it? Probably on the last week, he go on Logan Paul podcast, and even Jay Rand's game talking about how the fight is trash, like between
Oh
Logan
yeah, I saw that too.
and Dildo Danny. Oh god.
but all right, guys. So I guess I'll catch y'all later, and hopefully you guys can check out my channel. I appreciate
Yeah,
it. Thanks for having me
yeah.
on.
And by the way, before you go, guys, we got to do another podcast, next week. If many of you people in the comment section want to join, feel free. Because it ain't no paid subscription service, just like, the other big ass YouTubers. They want you to go in and pay subscription services. Nah, we're not like that, bro.
Hmm.
So we rather invite everybody in here for free. But if everyone to like disrespect each other bad and go for personal stuff, then it's not for you. It's for like opinion, like what we said, what we wrong, I can agree, and then we have a good discussion. But is it like for having personal life to like for it's like insult and a huge amount of tantrums and arguing, threatening to pull up and all that type of shit? Nah, you're out.
Yeah.
And that's true. Anyway, y'all have y'all have a good day. And running back guy. Oh, I forgot. Our all supports me. Love. Yeah, you do understand. Mexo, y'all have a good day and peace.
Peace.
See ya.